So, when we last left off with the group, the party had agreed to infiltrate the mansion of Bernard Alizmeyer. The party, after discussion debate, decided that the best route was to infiltrate as entertainers and get and work their way in while distracting Bernard and his courtiers. The party would then have Micah slip under an invisibility spell under a fog cloud to investigate and look for any of the evidence they need to see if he is smuggling weapons. To do this, the party decided to make 2 stops at 2 stores. One, read by a tiny little white kobold named Reggie, and another, Bobo's Met Joke Shop, where the party met a very depressed and not very enthusiastic clown. After many purchasing and shopping, the party gathered their gear, got themselves together, and are making their way forward into ready to meet Bernard. I believe you guys took the night off and were going to go to his place in the morning since it had gotten fairly late with all your shopping. So we will say that this will pick up the next morning back at the Mixing Pot Tavern. You guys get up, gather yourselves together, and prepare to make your way out.
Question. So I know that we have masks, but did we get costumes ready, or can we just say we ended up buying more costumes?
I mean, for the sake of simplicity, yeah, I could say you guys picked up some costumes if you're after costumes as well.
Yeah, because we're trying to conceal not only faces, but bodies, too. I assume.
Concealing your faces is good and all. Chances are you'll have to show your faces regardless, because, most people will not let a masked stranger in their house without seeing their face at least once. Right? Sort of
what
thing.
What are you talking about? People do that all the time. Yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, to be fair, you guys will probably have to, show your faces. The masks were, I would assume, more for the entertainment versus trying to hide your identities. Plus, with Brightburn, that ain't gonna help much. There's a giant flaming head tends to draw attention. So, as you guys gather yourselves together in the morning, Green Hands is waiting for you. He goes, you're all ready. I suppose you're all ready to head to the mansion then, are you?
Seems so.
Well, if you, as I recall, you all told me you were going to do this entertainment route, so I did a bit of extra work for you and have gotten you a meeting with his mansion to get you basically a chance to impress Jenkins, his butler. If you impress him, then he will inform his master Bernard, and you guys will be able then to, most likely the next day, perform in front of him and the rest of his entourage as they set up a show for you.
Thank you for the extra work. I should do.
Well, after all, you're doing this so I can bring that criminal to justice, so seems the best route.
Will this pre-performance happen within the mansion or in another location?
Chances are in a different location. As I said, Jenkins will be the first person to get past. But there is a courtyard out in the open which you will perform for him and others. So basically the big open space here.
Yeah. Where the peasants can watch from their houses.
Well, it's not exactly peasant. You're still in the higher end district. But
the not so peasants being able to watch for free.
But you're basically proving that you guys can be worth a private entertainment.
Michael looks at the others. Any questions?
For Brightburn, but I believe this is Jericho's the face of this operation, is he not? I think it would be... I think we should follow his lead.
Jericho's currently, like, face down in a book, scribbling furiously.
Micah nudges his foot.
That does not get his attention.
Micah is this close to stepping on his foot. Jericho.
Yes?
Did you hear any of that?
I've not a single clue. I'm just gonna be honest.
What's in the notebook?
Well, you see, sort of, just a bunch of ideas. So, you know how I was going first with the, whole idea of the twins?
Right?
Well, it turns out that they're not exactly stoked to tell their story. Perhaps they're just a bit, audience shy. So, I've been trying to recall anything from memory, which normally would be a little bit easier, except their story is not one that I frequently revisit. I mean, I remember it, but I'm trying to rewrite it, and, well, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I share stories a lot more than I create them myself. So, as you kind of take a moment, you kind of realize that maybe he hasn't slept all that much tonight. So I hope you guys are good at improv, because I've got... And he just kind of, like, rips up the current paper that he was scribbling on and just throws it in the air. I have no fucking clue.
Not good. Isn't he supposed to be quite lordly, is he not? We're supposed to impress. I think an improv show out of a group of people who are not improv actors might be a bit hectic.
Micah slow blinks. No,
Jericho
you realize...
Pale.
You realize you don't have to make these stories accurate, just as long as we make some sort of spectacle. You don't have to rewrite things, but you could tweak them. Or is that not possible for your powers?
Well, at first I thought that they would be okay with it. Like... How would I put it? I thought that they would be fine with the whole idea of me rewriting their story. But even so much as a retelling of that seemed to distress them, so I really haven't been able to bring them forth.
If not them, you have many others, do you not? Is there anyone of your collection of people that would be willing to?
He just goes ahead and puts his head in his hands, and his eyes flash for a moment.
Micah watches curiously. Is this like, does his eyes like flash in that similar blue that was like in battle
Yep. And as the tear hits, he sees yet again, and actually, I guess... Oh, geez. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what to illustrate versus what not to. But... Funnily enough, once again, or I guess for the first time in this instance, the visage of what seems to be two smaller figures holding hands appears in front of a lot of you, but also within his shadow. And he just immediately once this is over, he just drags a hand across his face, and it's just all of the others, it seems, just don't want to. Or at least, I don't know, the vestige of their spirit. I don't know. I thought that they would be cooperative, but I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I didn't think of that.
Did they have any specific reasons?
Well, it would be easier if I could just talk to them, but it's never quite that easy.
I see.
Well, then I say we not get discouraged by this, and we maybe not improv, but you know, there are many tales of Brightburn we could do. I mean, even here among us, we have, and he'll point to Juniper and be like a Sleeping Beauty, and then to Gwendolyn and a witch. There's a shining hero, point to himself. I mean, at the very least, there's a story there. A faithful sidekick if we need. You know, Jessica do that. Can you make something with that?
I mean, I could certainly try.
Aside from story, the main concern is that it looks flashy. The story itself does not have to be. No, make things sparkle, do a little magic, interact with the audience, things like that.
Jericho goes... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
Well, he grows silent for a moment, clearly down about the whole thing. But he thinks about it for a decent bit before he just sighs. All right. The story. I had thought that perhaps it would be better if it was a happier story. But I guess in this instance it'll have to be a bit more drab. So here's how things went. So me and my mentor, we were on a sort of mission.
Go on.
It was just going about, I believe, doing a bit of research on one of the several bardic mysteries, and we had just been walking, and before we knew it, we found ourselves in the midst of some sort of turf war. There was carnage just about everywhere, and, well, it being, that of orcs and the likes, we wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. But, or more so appropriately myself. But my mentor, well, he thought that in the chaos of it all, creativity is born. So I decided, or we decided, that we would stay and just hide out in a place that's a little bit more, secluded and out of the way to prevent ourselves from being seen. That's around actually quite soon after I had found out about the invisibility spell and learned how to master it. Well, we had stayed, and it was creeping up on about 30 minutes that we had heard something in the distance, and we had decided to check that out and see what was going on. What we saw was two kids, or orcish children. Orc children. One was bleeding out rather badly, and the other was trying to pull the other out. It seems as though, I don't know, some sort of debris, a large rock, a boulder, had landed on one's leg, and it was very bad. He tried very, very hard. But no avail. Things didn't work out, and before long, one, orc soldier of sorts saw the child and decided that it was his time as well. The both of them suffered from that, of course. And neither of them could make it. I mean, no amount of, at least, healing magic between myself and my mentor could possibly, bring back the dead, so we were sort of stuck with what was in front of us. If I'm to be completely honest, as much as I try to return to the story and try to rewrite it into something a little bit more cheery, a little bit more uplifting, what if the children managed to turn it around and take on the guard, or the soldier? But no. Every single time I try to do it, I can't. It just keeps replaying. Nothing can change the outcome of that story. I certainly couldn't, so it's just frustrating is all. So if what I have to do is run through the story again, I think I could certainly do it, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be the type to really captivate a crowd as much as, scare them all.
Let me see if I understand this correctly. Your powers of illusion, among other things, whatever it is, will not work unless you tell the story accurately.
Jericho nods.
So if we were to possibly alternative end in which a very heroic Brightburn were to save the day and see what the children's lives could have been like if they had made it, it wouldn't work.
I don't think that's correct. I think, and Brightburn will place his rather large hand on Jericho's shoulder, and that's a tragic story. I think it should be told as is. We already have the mask for the parts. We will do that story.
Considering that this is Unity, and this is a true and tragic story, would make sense to do that in their honor, out of respect for both their lives, but also a ways for us to continue. But if they're not comfortable with that, then we must do something else.
No, Brightburn is... He's right.
This story, it's real. It's tragic. If anything, that's what they expect of where we come from, right?
I'd suppose you're right, but... No, you're right. We should tell this story.
I
Hopefully it
believe
can resonate within others in a similar way as to how it resonates with me.
we are in a land where all races are welcome. I imagine someone like you who is an outsider, who still wanted to help an orcish child, would be received well. That you tell the story in truth and all its tragedy. And in doing so, accepting the reality, but showing that there is hope or something of the sort. As is the creed of this island.
Right. I think then, perhaps, with it only being, say, 3 actors, of course, with myself being the one to sort of illustrate, to narrate. Then, of course, I believe that just leaves you. And gestures over towards Micah.
Well, the entire cast does not need to be on stage at the same time.
All right.
So, that works. Well then, as long as you are comfortable enough with this idea and everybody else has no other objections, looks at the rest of the party. Is Juniper asleep?
Yes.
Micah nudges her foot.
What?
Oh my
I
goodness.
agree totally. Whatever we're talking about.
We will update you on the way. And looks at Gwendolyn and me blanking again on a name that I do know. Hemlock.
So, who is playing what? Brightburn is involved.
So if I understand this correctly, we are doing the actual story of the children who died, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Brightburn, as to really sell it, he has one bit he would like to add onto the end that is also real, but it comes from his life. Is that okay? Brightburn doesn't. Brightburn won't be coming in and be playing the hero in.
Right. Well, do you mind filling us in?
Brightburn will improv it in the moments. It will be better that way.
But I thought that you said that we weren't going to be improving.
The words will be improv. Feelings will not. And almost not in the Brightburn voice, but in a regular, smaller voice. I am quite the actor.
I'll say as you say that, Brightburn, Jade tugs on. Oh, like that time in the stories where you infiltrated the bandit camp?
Just like that. I played the most daring of bandit captains.
Well, I suppose that you have the sort of illusory thing going on, so I'm not surprised by that at all. Alright. Then I guess who's all going? I think we've discussed this before, but I'm a bit tired. Remind me again, who's going to be the twins and who's going to be the soldier?
So, Gwendolyn and Juniper could play the twins, right?
They've known one another before, so that makes sense.
Uvet could play the guard.
Well, Andy's not here, so for intents and purposes of simpleness, Uvek's sick.
Oh, okay.
Just in case something does go wrong, I don't want to have to control Andy's character and then tell him, yeah, Uvek died.
Okay. Then, I mean, Jade's also there. Jade could play the guard.
Or
That has
she
got to
could
be the
play
most.
one of the twins.
I mean, we're all in masks. It'd just be a short person, and halflings and goblins and all that shit are a thing. We're
I
all
know.
wearing masks.
That's actually pretty fair. That
If you
stuff
can
would be
pull off a-
normalized. We would all think it's fucking hilarious, but or weird or just odd.
But short people are a fucking thing in this universe. Like,
The
Yeah.
fucking
Like
the
me!
fairies will be bawling in the fucking in the audience.
Will she have any lines?
So, with a type of story that I'm kind of going for, it's... You could almost say it's sort of a silent story outside of that of a narrator, but of course there are some things, some emotions that simply cannot be portrayed from a narrative standpoint. A scream, a cry, laughter.
Micah, as Jericho is speaking, is sort of half looking off, and despite listening very intently the first time to his story as he was going over the tragedy of it, at some point their interest has slowly been waning, and when Jericho ends his thoughts is when Micah will make eye contact with him again. Silent story. No need to worry about the child being outed as a child because she won't be speaking. Good.
Mm-hmm.
We have actors. We know what the story is. We only need to mime things. Look,
actually, I thought about it. Micah should play the guard. That way they have a long stretch. Like, they're the guard, and then somebody else wears their mask, right? Wasn't that the whole point? or does it matter?
What do you mean?
Isn't Micah supposed to disappear in some?
Yeah, in other words, so Micah can be a distraction.
We have to introduce him as an actor, and then they have to disappear.
I'm not sure if that would work. The guards kind of, or soldier. Jeez, sorry. Those words are kind of synonymous where I'm from. But that soldier kind of comes in at the last part of the story.
Well, I'll be on a timer anyways.
I think what he's referring to, correct me if I'm wrong, Dylan, but what you meant is that you want Micah to be the guard in a mask, so when Micah disappears, someone else takes Micah's place in the mask, and then they will be the wiser Micah left.
Yeah, well, I thought that was
Yeah.
the plan originally.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, Micah, we could also just say Micah's, stagehand.
Yeah.
Just for simplicity's
That-
sake.
Either works. I mean, I'll be honest, Micah being a guard and then someone taking Micah's place would lower suspicion, possibly,
No shit.
right? But, and Micah being a stagehand will pass, right? Because you don't generally see stagehands. So, both have merit, right? Depends what you want to try to get simplicity or go for a more elaborate. Basically, with Micah being, I'll give you the breakdown. If Micah pretends to be the guard and then someone takes Micah's place as the guard during the performance, right? And then someone thinks they saw Micah, like in the frickin' mansion.
Micah has an alibi.
Yeah, Micah's got an alibi and it will waylay suspicion. On the other hand, if Micah gets caught when Micah's a stagehand, well, then, the stagehand fucked off. Mind you, Micah's also a changeling, so neither really matters because Micah can look like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you guys know that, but Micah does.
I mean, they'll also be invisible, so...
Yeah.
Sure.
If Jericho's the last person to figure it out, it'll be so funny.
But again, to be fair, with visibility, it's not a guaranteed success, obviously, as we've said before. But yeah.
Right.
As
but
we've
you just
seen.
don't know who it is.
You don't know who it
the
is.
wolf
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. They won't be exact.
Yeah.
Providing you
It's
guys
not
don't
like-
bump into a caster in there.
And Heath, I want to point out, like, invisibility doesn't mean you automatically don't get noticed, but they're not going to be like, holy shit, there's an intruder right over there. Most people are not going to be like, oh my god, there's somebody invisible in this fucking room with me.
To be fair,
Did
that's
somebody
only
drop
in
a pen?
our world. In a world where invisibility's common, you're gonna jump to that conclusion a lot faster.
I don't think that's entirely fair. I mean,
Everybody
as a
would-
I'm not saying you'll
Let's put it
get
this way.
easy. I'm just saying is that when you know invisibility's a thing, the thought process might come to it sooner. It's not going to be like impossible for them to come to the conclusion. I'm not going to say that's their instant response, but when you know something's there, when there's a factor in reality, guys, you go, well, that's a possibility. It's kind of like when you see a scam with a phone, like, oh, that's probably a scam.
I would imagine that mindset mostly is tied to people who do look out for those things. So, like butlers,
Yeah,
who
like
are very
the
specifically
guards
for
for sure will think that. That's literally what
Yeah.
they're paid for.
the guards
There's
that
no
are
guards on the
there.
inside.
Yeah.
Is that what we were told?
Well, there's fewer to the little guard presence, yes. Like I say, the
Yeah.
security's much weaker on the inside.
It's just I imagine that like a maid who is hurrying to try to get her chores done is not going to really think that, but a guard who is still within the mansion probably would.
It also depends what goes wrong, right? Obviously, if they see a
Yeah.
door open and nobody's there, you're going to go, well, that's obviously not the wind, right?
It's a ghost!
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, that also could be realistically what happens, Agu, but that doesn't help the problem. Then you have a stone golem rushing in to kill a ghost. I mean, either way, bad things happen.
I mean, but my point is nobody's going to be like, oh my god, one of the troop actors turned invisible and is currently sneaking through the fucking house right now. You know what
No,
I mean?
exactly. That's an
I'm
unlikely
just saying,
scenario.
it will just be like, oh shit, there's something in the room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
But
could be
again,
anything.
here's the thing though, if there is reason to believe that someone is caught, like again, you'd have to fail badly enough for that to occur. But we've seen rolls. If things go really bad, and they suspect there's a robber in the house, they're going to shut the place down, right?
I mean, obviously, yeah.
So that's the point. And if they shut the place down and you guys are caught missing an actor, they're gonna put 2 and 2 together. Right?
I'm satisfied.
If I'm remembering
You brought up the
correctly-
rolls. I'm just like, let me get those out.
crying, sobbing, throwing up.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, Gwendolyn is the closest to Micah's height. With heels and stuff. How tall is she again? I had it pinned, I think.
5'9".
5'9". Okay, Micah is 5'10" with heels. So just take off the heel. No one's gonna notice an inch off.
Yeah, well, exactly. Nobody's gonna be that observant, right? Nobody notices an inch. If you're
To
standing
be
next...
frank, to be frank, if you're anything less than 3 inches shorter or taller than a person, an audience is not gonna fucking notice.
They're not
Exactly,
gonna
right?
notice
It's
nor
close
care.
enough they'll never see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So again, like
so
Oh.
oh yeah, just so putting this together, then we can like get this back in character, just to make sure that us players are on the same page. So, technically speaking, through the play, Juniper definitely is going to be one of the twins. Micah and
I do
Oh.
want to say Juniper does have minor illusion, prestidigitation, and dancing lights, so she can do special effects, but I also don't know how well she can do that while on stage performing. Because verbal, somatic.
oh.
That works out. I
Concentration.
mean, I think it'll work out perfect. You could be backstage doing that. Hold on.
But I know we want as many people on stage as possible to make up for Micah not being.
Well,
And-
if it's verbal,
Okay.
does it have to be loud though? Because
no,
if
but
she can just whisper it
It's
under
more
mask.
the hand gestures.
yeah,
And
like,
having to, like, if I do dancing lights, as in, like, stage lighting, I have to concentrate on that.
Mm.
Yeah. Which I don't think would be too necessary. I mean, as far as like,
Yeah.
because the idea that I've kind of got is that it's going to be a singular light amidst darkness inside of a stage, kind of like a circus in a sense. That's kind
It's
of what I'm
a
thinking.
single spotlight stage.
Yeah,
light.
A single spotlight.
yeah. Again, you don't have to worry about too much in that sense, guys. Like I say, the Micah thing will be just fine. Just have, if you want to go that route, Micah just has the mask, and they go backstage with the curtain change. Someone else walks out as Micah. Micah goes invisible and starts going through the like I say,
We
and
don't
again-
have to do the whole screenplay.
you don't have to do the whole
a-
screenplay, guys. Like
Yeah.
we can shorthand this a little.
There will be roll.
There will be rolls. Rolls will happen, right? It's D&D. Rolls are part of the game,
Yep.
and you
All
can
right.
plan for as much as you can. But again, double nat ones happen.
All right.
But
so
I
then,
was just gonna say that, like, if I'm like, because you said something about like one of the twins being stuck under a boulder or something. So if that's Juniper, she could probably hide some of her movements for some of the special effects while being on stage.
Well, again, special effects. If you're
If
using,
you wanted.
it's not like you're not allowed to use magic to do the special effects. For
I know,
Juniper,
but okay. So, but the thing is that if I can hide it, then we can pretend like Micah was on stage, and then we had someone off stage doing magic.
I get you.
It's
What you
to
mean.
add to the immersion and also, yeah, more.
So yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
here's my ruling for house magic. So this is just a custom ruling for you guys. When performing magic stealthily, I have rules for this.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
for performing magic stealthily, is a sleight of hand check. Depending on how many components it has, it's an advantage for 1, flat for 2, or disadvantage for 3. So if it's got verbal, semantic, and material, it's a disadvantage roll because you're doing 3 things, and that's very hard to keep track of. If it's a singular thing, you get advantage because it's very easy to pull off the one little thing. Well, if it's 2, then it's a flat roll. So that's how I rule it, just because it's a simplistic way of doing it.
Oh, and not to mention, we are remembering that this is effectively a stage play before. Have we not seen the props literally getting thrown on stage in the darkness?
Yeah, I was also considering that, like, even if someone did see it, they'll be like, oh, it's just part of the thing, stagehand.
But to make it mesmerizing, though, yeah.
Yeah, you only go remember, like I said, that's how sleight of hand works. Thinking, you flubbing a full sleight of hand for the special effects, nobody's gonna think that's weird, right? They'll, because once again, magic's a commonplace that this magic would obviously be used in a lot of theater.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be weird. I just think they'd be like, bad cinema.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, right? It would just be a stage fuck up. Like when I was in theater, I was supposed to pull out a plastic gun to point at Dracula, but it slipped out of my hand and slid under a table. Right?
And you run up to Dracula and you punch him in the face.
Funnily enough, that's
then you go,
exactly what
Dracula,
I did, Judah. That's exactly what happened. I went to punch Dracula as opposed to put a gun into his head. It's the only thing I could do.
I also like Dylan's telekinesis idea. That is pretty fucking cool.
Alright, so we have the semblance of a plan, right?
Yeah, so we don't have to be super detailed. Just the fact is that twins will be on stage. Who will be swapping with Micah then? As Micah goes on the stage first, just to show that they are indeed an actor.
Brightburn can technically swap with you if you want. Like, if we're putting on, like, a mask and stuff over it, like, I can hide the flame for a little bit.
Oh, you can hide your flame.
Yeah.
But can you also hide your height?
Yeah, you're also like,
That's a fair point.
actually, Jericho would like.
you might
Jericho
notice
would like
when the actor's 2 feet taller.
Jericho would like to bring something up.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as the stage play. I mean, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. The overall play and just 2 kids getting brutalized for all that. It's not exactly. It can be captivating, but it's not going to be captivating for long. So I'm thinking, especially with the fact that the twins are here, and he raises air quotes, I'm thinking that I could go into a bit of their own individual backstory of sorts. It'll be a celebration of their life before, of course, the realization or actualization of their death. So that's what I'm thinking, is that, for a moment the lights could be going on, following you along the nice friendship and, siblingry that you have. Then, of course, the lights will go out, and I will be able to transition the scene. And that's when the change could happen, when the lights are out.
DM question, because we're going to be on an outside courtyard. Will we have a stage to play around with lights like this?
I mean,
Spotlights and shit?
there is kind of like, for the sake of simplicity, there's kind of a mock stage for theater performances on this thing.
Okay, so Jericho's plan could work.
I mean,
in that
the
case.
swap out doesn't have to happen on the. Here's the thing, Zaggy. That's unimportant
right,
for Bernard. You're not
Yeah.
doing anything but the play. It's the inside that you gotta worry
Yeah.
about.
I guess there can be an Act 1 and an Act 2, if
Yeah,
you will.
and I mean, you're gonna want to at least kill an hour, or a half hour minimal, because nobody's gonna bring you inside for 5 minutes worth of entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Okay, yeah, I forgot that, this is just the test run. So
yeah, you got the
Micah doesn't
test
have
run
to do
first.
shit.
This will be a small check. It's a simple check, but it's just so you guys can work out how the rolls are going to work. That's why I'm giving this to you.
A random
It's
question.
It's our test run.
A random question. How good would the both of you say you are at performing?
So, is that towards
Sorry, towards Gwendolyn and Micah.
You're looking.
I've not really performed at all, really. So, probably not very well.
All right.
It's not my specialty either.
Then going into the meta, what's them stats, y'all?
I'm guessing Mike is a +1.
+2.
Oh, +2.
+1.
Okay. You know what? That's fine, because guess who has enhanced ability? This guy!
Oh, there's Gwendolyn.
Yeah.
Oh my god. She could just enhance herself. Make herself the to die for actress.
I mean, enhance just gives you an advantage roll, but yes.
Dude, it's advantage, and you've seen our rolls, okay? We need this.
I'm
We
not
need it.
denying that, dude. I'm just saying, it's better to have a +5 than an advantage in a lot of ways, because then you're guaranteed to have the 5 than a theoretical 5.
I mean, is there
us
anyone
enjoy
else who
this.
has any?
Let us have this!
But indeed, I'm not saying. And again, this isn't going to be a super high DC. Plus, Judah, your performance will probably sell it more than theirs. They are puppets.
That's
You
fair.
are the one who has to do the performance. They're just
That's fair.
pantomiming, so their checks are low. Your check has to be higher because you're the voice and selling the whole shebang.
Well, I'm gonna fucking crush it, so...
Yeah, so you're the character that has to
Also-
sell it. The others just don't flop. And if they flop it, depending on where they do it and how they do it, it might not be detrimental unless both of them roll terrible, then things could go bad. But again, you're probably okay, especially and the better you roll, the less their roll matters. Let's put it that way too.
It's
I
like-
also plan on, like, hopefully what I intended was Brightburn's little dramatic monologue at the end would give advantage to Jericho's flow.
Well, do you
The
have
epilogue.
proficiency with performance, Brightburn?
I don't, but I'm actually going to perform it.
Yeah, no, but generally advantages is you got to be proficient to assist somebody. That's just.
I figured that'd be more meta, but I figured since I was actually doing something.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do it as a character, like, okay, let's put it this way: if you guys are actually gonna put the full effort in and doing the performance, I'll lower the DC.
What Dylan is saying is he's effectively kind of rule of cooling it.
Yes, I know, which will lower the DC.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you advantage, but it'll lower the DC.
Okay.
It still helps,
Yeah.
regardless.
Just like
Fair enough.
same thing I do when someone says something clever and good in real life or while they're doing it. It doesn't give you advantage on the roll, but it'll lower what the DC would have been.
You gotta
Got it.
impress the DM. That's the real
If you press the
audience
DC,
here.
if you depress the DM, I lower DCs. I don't give you advantage because otherwise, what's the point of enhanceability for you boys? Right?
Yeah.
So,
Having advantage for an hour? That's the fucking point. What do you mean?
well, yeah, but you see what I mean, though, right? If we can get enhanced that way, like again, lowering the DC's better than enhancement in a lot
Yeah,
of ways, anyway.
Because you can
Okay, that's
stack
fair.
both.
Yeah, because you can have both if I lower the DC, but if I just gave you the advantage, then you can't have both, right?
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So breaking this down, so we don't have to do like the exact screen white play-by-play. We could put this into like 4-ish parts. So there's like the introduction of everybody being like, "We're on stage. This is going to be the story." The second part could be like, "These are the twins. This is what happened." Blah 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 blah. Third part is the going over like the twins' backstory, so swapping people out one by one, just to kind of get that in there. And then the final part would be Brightburn's epilogue. So that essentially gives us 4 times to roll. Does that sound like?
I think we don't necessarily need the introduction. We could just get right into the action.
I mean, and
Okay.
again, for the intro purposes, for this one, we'll just keep it simple with one roll. You'll break it down when you're moving away, Zaku, because the better the
Mhm.
performance is, the easier it will be for you to sneak around the house. Again, their performance will lower your DC.
Okay, so well, I'll just wait for the opportune time when things seem like they're doing well.
Well, don't wait too long, because obviously if you
Yeah.
wait too long, then you're not going to have enough time to search.
Yeah.
Because you have to be back when it's over, otherwise they're going to notice people are missing.
Yeah. I'm also just like chunking it down so then like me as a player knows like, okay, we are halfway through the play. I should get going.
Yeah, exactly.
Or would you just let me know if it's
Well, no,
time-wise?
you have a general concept of time.
Okay.
I'd say they could message you, except they'll have no idea where you are in the house at any given moment.
Mhm.
Ryburn will just yell at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
My God, get back here! It's done!
Well, Hemlock was going with Micah, and
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Gwendolyn and Hemlock have the telepathic link. So
So you have two casts of invisibility with two people concentrating, though. Because Hemlock, you can't make both of them invisible without two separate spells. Or I guess you cast a third level.
Yeah.
If Micah is casted to be invisible
Which you guys
and
don't
stuffed
have, so
Hemlock
never
in,
mind.
if Micah, invisible Micah, like stuffed Hemlock in their
That's
shirt.
not how it works, because Hemlock is a
Damn.
creature, thus the creature would be visible.
Okay.
Hemlock is
one
not an
more-
item,
one more-
Hemlock is a creature.
Alright, one more suggestion. So Hemlock and Micah do the invisibility potion, and is Micah's neural link thing concentration?
I believe it's only distance. That's.
It is
Let
not.
me double check.
It's not concentration.
Yeah,
It's a
it
spell
comes
thing.
with-
So then Micah could definitely set up a neural link, and then that
Yeah.
would solve
Yeah.
that problem.
Because
Yeah.
they can only link with two people, but two is enough, just to
Think
get the
one's
people who
plenty
needs it
for
most.
this.
Yeah. And the first one is free, so
Pog. All right. Let's get this
Alright.
show on the road. If we stay in the planning phase for too long or longer, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to go into
Yeah.
the thing. So we'll open up with the basic. As you guys approach the stage, you guys move out towards where you guys were told to meet up. Jenkins the butler. You guys have a small crowd gathered around the main plaza. As people are always looking out. This is basically where entertainers go to perform. You guys were announced earlier because Green Hand had his contacts set this up for you guys. And you begin your thing. Where Jenkins looks upon you, you do definitely notice the butler. I will post him just for the sake of what he looks like. As you see Jenkins, the
Leroy
most butleriest of
Jenkins.
butlers. Oh shoot, he does not exist in this world. Do I
dun
not
dun
have his image?
dun.
I guess not. Jenkins is probably from my old stuff. Anyways, Jenkins, he's a butler. That's what you need to know. He's a very small, not small. He's human. He's human. He dressed very much like a butler with the black tie, kind of a small mustache, towel in his hand, black shoes, is watching you guys perform.
Ash Jeeves, right?
Jeeves, Alfred.
I'll see if I can find his image here in a sec, but so you guys see that. Past that, you guys look about and you prepare to perform your performance. So, we'll make this part quick because the planning stage went so long, but the planning stage is more for the mansion, less than this. Let's just keep this simple. Judah, as you perform your epic with everyone's childish antics and all that fun jazz, I would first get you to roll me a performance check, Judah.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, let's
Oh,
go.
and just for the sake of this, what's it called? As a narrator, could I be concentrating on a spell at the same time? Because I was thinking about enhanceabilitying myself, but I'm like, I don't know
that's
about
no
it.
worries. You definitely concentrate on a spell while frickin' being a narrator, man.
Pretty sweet, because I'm not only going to go ahead and give myself enhanceability, but I am going to also guidance my motherfucking self.
Well, you can't do that because those are both concentration spells.
Guidance is concentration?
Yes, it is.
Concentration for a minute. You gotta
Ooh,
concentrate
yeah,
on
you're
it
right.
until you use it.
Yeah, so it's one or the other, man. You can't have both.
It's fine. Yeah, we need a strong start anyway, so, fuck. Shit.
I would suggest enhance ability.
Yeah, I know,
like
I know.
the D4.
I know.
Uh,
It needs
it's
something
not-
to run away from the fucking, that suck. Anyhow,
plus, enhance ability really doesn't work for something like this because the whole play will last an hour, while enhance ability is just for like a brief moment, so you really can't enhance it.
good point. I had thought about that.
Or, yeah, guidance it, but you
Anywho.
definitely enhance it. So, okay, we'll start off with you rolling your, opening up the story. Roll me your advantage performance check.
Woo!
Okay, 23. Definitely very strong. As you begin your performance, every person in the crowd starts to be drawn towards your epic speech of this tale of the twins. And everybody starts coming around and starts crowding around
Crawling.
and very interested in seeing this display of stuff. Butler Jenkins is also very interested in seeing what is happening and seems to be impressed by your oratorial abilities. Now, the people playing the actors, each roll me one performance check.
I assume that's going to be all of us, or is it just the twins at the moment? Oh no!
Okay, guys.
No fucking way Juniper falls asleep.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, I was going to say Juniper falls asleep. It's like literally is on stage snoring. Which confuses some of the crowd. It's like, who the fuck's the sleeping girl? As
Can I say?
Wait a second.
Hmm?
Genuine question. Since I'm the narrator of this and I'm kind of trying to sell the plot, wouldn't I be technically helping out the others
yeah,
as far
that's,
as their
that's
roles?
the slow DC though.
Okay.
Because you're not assisting, you're doing your own performance.
Understood.
But that lowers the D. And here's the thing: everybody but Juniper passed, so you guys did a good job.
Okay,
And
fair.
Right? Like it was a
Collective
DC 10.
rolls.
That's all you needed with that performance. You just had to roll
I'm so
above
sorry.
average.
It's okay. At least this is just a practice play.
Yeah, right.
I
Though,
imagine.
Oh, yeah.
though there will be thing as the people watch you play. You guys do a good enough job where everybody's thoroughly impressed. And Jenkins approaches you all at the end of the play. As this butler approaches, like, my word, all of you are so very good. I don't suppose you people do private showings. Yeah, here he is. I knew I could find his name somewhere.
Leroy Jenkins. As I mentioned, private private performance. Micah will look towards Jericho, kind of treating him as if he's the director since he was basically the MC.
Jericho, for a moment, he looks at, like, he's still wearing the mask, and almost seems to tilt his head, like he doesn't know what he's asking, before he seems to, like, kind of shake his head, not in a no way, but like a snapping back into it way, and removes the mask, and whoever can see that his eyes are raw red,
Oh,
from maybe not crying, and he wipes he literally wipes and snaps, prestidigitizes his fucking tears away, and smiles, and it's just of course.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to meet me at Lord Bernard Alismar's palace first thing in the morning? He has been looking for entertainment for his latest guests. I think your lot will do quite nicely.
We would be absolutely honored to.
Oh, and he looks over at Juniper. Please make sure your performers are well rested and ready for the display.
is Juniper awake to hear this?
I don't know. that one. She's probably still asleep.
Oh my God, no!
Jericho is gonna do the meanest thing he has ever done so far, and he's going to behind his head, like behind his back, mage hand, very lightly pat her cheek.
So mean, terrible. How
So
could
mean,
you?
absolutely horrendous.
I know you said mean, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Everybody knows
I
the
was
way you
gonna
wake up a
fucking
sleeping
punch
person is
her.
you hold their nose closed so they wake up.
That when if the mage hand doesn't work, Micah, who will be
No,
super
She wakes up and
nice.
she's just like looks around,
Okay.
sees nobody on stage. She was like, what's happening?
You gotta get the cane and like grab her by the neck and pull her back downstage.
Am I dreaming? No, Papa, I don't want to go back to the circus. But yeah, let's get this private show on the road.
Okay, so you guys spend another night back at the Mixing Paw, and bright and early in the morning, you guys reach the mansion. So we will switch over the map. 1 second as I bring everybody's tokens out. Doop.
Also, why'd you make the fucking butler hot? Hate.
Look, man, it was the butler picture I had.
That's valid.
And Judah's looking at that butt. Or if you know what I mean.
It could serve me anytime.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that picture actually showed up or not.
Yeah, it did.
As Jenkins looks over at the lot of you, oh, very well, you've come. Please
Wait.
Hello?
follow me into the performance area. Lord Bernard and his guests await. Open the door, and you guys may follow him inside.
Would it be a stealth or performance check if Micah were to just be like looking around, as in just like, whoa, giant mansion, never been here, but also low key kind of looking for places to check out?
I mean, if you're
perception check or
just
something.
walking through and keeping your eyes out, that's just plain old perception check.
Okay.
I also don't think that's sus at all, really.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you're just looking around.
Just
Like,
looking.
that's a
Yeah.
perception.
You know
Okay.
he rich.
He rich, he
You want
got, he
people
got shit.
ogling his stuff.
It's true, that's why he has it. Okay, I'm gonna do a
Exactly.
perception check. Boop. 19.
Okay.
Looking for anything
Let's fucking
interesting.
go.
Let's fucking
Eyes.
go.
Well, as you walk through, I'll describe what you see.
Okay.
So feel free to move into the place and follow Jenkins, and he'll lead you to the right area.
Whoa, I love these dynamic lighting things. They're so cool.
Aren't they?
We just.
Moves back.
I almost tried to. I was gonna do like the. I was gonna move forward because I wanted to see the stuff that's on the side, and I tried to use the WASD movement instead of an arrow key.
But yeah, as you guys move about, you guys see that Jenkins is leading you forward. And in this area, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I know you're loving the area, but follow the butler.
Juniper fell asleep, of course. That's why
He's
she's not
carrying her.
moving.
But as he looks over, this way, please. The Lord is just on the other side. As he leads you through some glass doors in the front. As you guys walk in, as you look about, Micah, with your perception check, you don't notice anything immediately in this area versus just glass doors and shut things. You see stairs leading up, though, and the map doesn't show. You do see many fine pieces of art in vases and other such extravagancies, as well as paintings of other sorts.
Mhm.
Very ritzy. But as you enter the main hall room, you see this giant mass carpet, and for the sake of that, I don't have one. They made a makeshift stage. Here, I'll just draw what looks to be a makeshift. There we go. They basically create a makeshift stage for you right here.
Punch the goal.
In this way here, and right here is the changing curtain. I'll just there you go.
Picasso.
Just so you can see where you're working with.
Okay.
As you guys enter, you obviously see the giant stone golem. Look as it just slowly turns its head and watches each of you approach. As
Jericho
you
waves
see,
at it. Jericho waves at it.
it just gives a slow, like, blink, which isn't a blink as much as its red eyes turning on and off.
It acknowledges you.
But as you do so, you see one lord in a red cape and cane with a fine divinity goes, "Well, Jenkins, are these the people you told me about, the performers on the street? They do look like a motley crew." As you see Bernard Alismeyer approach, as you see this man. Oh. Again, I effed up and don't have the picture, because give me a sec.
Oh no.
But you see him approaching. Oh, these people look very interesting. Please tell me, well, what are you doing here? Yeah. Heard you're quite the performers.
Well, here to hopefully knock your socks off, if anything.
Well, I hope so. Me and my guests are a bit fickle, and we do enjoy our entertainments.
Well, we can assure you to absolutely captivate you. Your head will be spinning by the end, I promise you.
Oh, promises. But I do look forward to this display of yours. Please, do not disappoint.
I don't plan on it, but as you said, promises. Let's get you some results soon,
Indeed, the stage is set up for you up there. Please, go right ahead. My other guests and I will be more than happy to sit back and watch you. Ah, there he is. Perform.
Alright. Is there... Of course, there's everything that we just about need in front of us, but do you happen to have any place for a sort of changing room of the likes?
Oh, the curtain there behind there keeps you curtain. Like, basically that red line is a curtain for you.
Oh, okay. Got
Anyways, that's what he looks like.
it. Funky dude.
He's real happy that he has all this money that he probably got illegally.
And doesn't share.
As you do
Oh,
look about, you do notice, though, you see various other guests about you. As you see humans, elves, drows, an orc lady, a tiefling, a dwarf, as well as what looks to be a guard captain and two of his guards.
Bro, we got the council watching us.
Yeah.
The
But for the
council
sake,
will now
you do
make
see
the
this
decision.
one orc woman look over. She goes, "Oh well, aren't they the most interesting fellows? My word, the one with the shining head is quite unique." Is this orc lady, and I'll pop out her picture.
She's so cute.
I actually love her and would die for her.
Yeah, I photoshopped that one.
Amazing.
Brightman got cold unique. Let's
Yay!
go.
Let's go.
I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't notice until I saw the hand.
Oh, the photo.
Those hands are looking mighty white
White.
in comparison to her green head.
Could be gloves.
They are gloves, actually.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Wait,
those,
no, they
those are
don't look
pink
like it.
gloves, not hand. Yeah, those are gloves she's got.
No fucking way.
If you look at the neckline, that's where you see it.
Yeah, it's the neckline that's the giveaway.
Really?
I did a job. That was one I worked on way back when. Because
Fair.
I wanted to find an orc girl in a dress. I'm like, they don't have them. Oh well, I'll just look for a picture and then cut the head off.
Valid.
It works well.
You see another man sitting next to her, dark skin. Look over, goes, interesting. Oh, that one woman wears quite the interesting hat. Very unique. Yes. You see this man also appear.
Offended that they're not all gawking at Jericho's beauty.
Okay, don't worry, everybody's gonna get noticed.
Senpai
Awesome.
me.
You do notice is you hear a dwarf man go, "Oh, look at the one lass there with the golden band on her head. It's just me, or she walking with her eyes closed." As you see,
Jericho very quickly pipes up, "Oh, she's just concentrating," and gives her a few nudges with his elbow.
this noble dwarf man looking over at you.
He tucked in his beard so it doesn't get in the way.
Next to him, you see this red tiefling woman in a dress go, "Indeed, I think she is walking with her eyes closed. Though I have to admit that one pretty boy with the white hair looks quite intriguing."
Flips hair casually.
You see this lady sitting next to him.
I love her.
Beautiful wife. I love every person so far in this NPC.
Then you hear on the other side is like, it looks like they have that half-elf there as well with the rather dashing goatee. Very interesting fellow. I believe he's the leader of this said band. As the Drow Lord looks over upon you, Jericho.
Jericho is a bit conflicted because we literally had a entire thing about how Drow are like the fucking devil and everything. But he goes ahead because he's a fucking performer, gives a wink anyway.
They are the devil,
this
except
is-
they're in Unity. Then they're actually just normal
Except they're
citizens.
Oh. But that's like somebody approaching you and be like, "Hey, did you know that tigers are domesticated now? Look, here, pet one. My name is Flopsy."
And then you hear two more people, unfortunately, without the numbers don't break out even because we're missing
Valid.
we're missing Andy, but the other two look, well, look at the cute little tabaxi girl. Isn't she sweet? Oh, yes, indeed, dear. She truly is. As you see this elven man, very arrogant looking.
Oh, he do.
Hemlock is also dismissed currently, by the way.
Okay. And his, what looks to be his, from based off what you say, his human wife standing next to him.
I'm glad Hemlock is dismissed. I don't think I could take another rich person being all like, "Oh, is that a talking bird?"
How quaint.
How exotic.
Well, anyways, if you could see, these are my guests. From the farthest to the right of me, to the back to the left, is Lady Sapphire, the tiefling lady. Tilts her head, nods her head. Lord Copper-Axe, the dwarf nods his head. Lady Shell, the orc lady, nods her head. Lord Palmer, the dark-skinned gentleman, nods his head. Lord Henna, the drow, nods his head. Lord Bernard, the elf, nods his head. And Lady Catalina, as the human woman nods her head. And to the far right you will see Captain Clinton of the Guard with a couple of his troops with him as well to witness our display. As the captain looks over, goes, and just kind of gives you a grunt. I won't bother blowing up their pictures because they just have the basic monster NPC pics.
What a nodding of heads.
Micah will bow as the introductions are complete.
Now, why
Yup.
don't you all tell us your names before this performance begins?
Oh, well, the name's Jericho Hall.
And Dylan.
Jade Shoetree!
The immortal Brightburn. Also, you're supposed to keep your name to yourself. That's not how this works. You gotta
Funnily enough, nobody bothered to come up with fake names before going in. so-
Yeah, you know.
I mean, we're gonna get noticed upon appearance anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
Brightburn, like, literally nothing's gonna help with Brightburn, guys. I mean, Brightburn is...
We're not a superhero squad. He's just that guy.
yeah.
He's just that guy.
I refuse to dim my light.
And that's why we love him.
Yeah, very much Brightburn is Brightburn. You're gonna get noticed with him in your party, regardless what happens.
No, the invincible, the impregnable, the impenetrable. No, the immortal Brightburn.
The very obvious.
Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's fucking Brightburn.
If we lose you in the crowd, look for the pink flaming head.
I'm glad y'all are on board with this because I was really worried that playing a character who was going to be a literal torch.
Respectfully, Dylan, there has yet to be a character that you have made that I have disliked even slightly.
You make it all work.
Yeah.
It's great.
And this is a lighter campaign, so it's not a death sentence by any means. If you guys had thrown this into, say, Ragnarok, Brightburn would have lasted about 5 minutes.
Walks in the
You
room.
don't know Brightburn.
Yeah, I do know about the demons that eat souls, though.
But his legacy will live on forever.
In the form of Tree Girl.
Man, you
Anyhow.
guys may move yourself onto the stage for the sake of this.
Micah will introduce themselves as Mika.
I'm gonna shit myself.
Mike is
Not
also-
again. No, because you're gonna make Heath start calling you Mika again after all the progress he's made. Don't you dare!
Oh, you're gonna make
Hey,
me
that
say
actually-
it.
That'll actually become a in-game thing because we're gonna get famous as actors now. People are gonna recognize Micah as Mika.
That is true, but you know what? Micah actually would prefer this, so it's a win for them. It's an L for me. I'll take it out.
God, this is
This
the
is-
Vex Vax thing Matt Mercer went through. all
No.
over.
No, this is Tenzing being a centaur all over again.
Not again.
Zaku, are you sure you want to make this choice?
God. You know what? I didn't think about
I mean-
that.
They're stagehands, so ish.
Valid.
I mean, the
Yeah,
fact of the
supporting
matter
act.
is, guys, unless you plan to do this scam over and over again, and I
Yeah.
don't have many scenarios where this is going to come into play, you're probably fine.
Valid.
So, again, you're okay. You guys pretending to be an active troubadours is not going to come into play past this mission.
Yeah,
I
we're
hate
not
to
a
be the
performance
bearer of
group.
bad news, but this is gonna be Brightburn suggesting for a plan every time. If it's not this first, it's gonna be like, all right, bust out the acting troupe.
Alright,
It worked
we have to
before.
deal with the necromancer and the dragon. Let's bust out the
What's this?
performance.
Demonic
You go
hordes are
Clowntown.
ravaging the countryside? Acting troupe.
We perform for a lot of rich people, just so you know. They really like that. They'll give us referrals.
There's a tsunami coming into the island. Acting troupe.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We'll dance the waves away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or act so bad the people leave.
Be evacuated. Perfect.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, just for logistics' sake, everybody move yourself onto the stage.
Yeah.
Characters move so slow. And
I like how we kind of just like. I mean, of course he's not here, but I like how we just left him walk outside.
You
Gwendolyn's
guys can
gonna
also
hang out
see
with the
that you
golem.
do notice all the guards around the place at this point too, Micah. As you see all the, you can see like, yeah, this is probably hard to break into.
Yeah. Question. So I'm going to assume these doors behind the golem and stuff is going to be closed.
So with those ones, yes. Though the bright side is, as long as you're careful, nobody's going to be looking in that direction.
That is true.
Right? Like, that's the whole point of the performance, is keep everybody's eye on stage.
Mhm.
Right? So as long as, again, the dice don't F you should be fine. Now again, if you roll 2 nat 1s and fall through the glass door screaming in agony as glass shatters and pierces your body...
Hey, Zaku. Zaku, do me a favor. Roll right now.
They've been rolling hot already,
Gonna
man.
use the good roll.
No, because you've just said a lot of fucking cursed words, and I'm making sure that that is dissuaded. Promise? Promise me. You're gonna see? See? That was actually pretty okay, but see?
14's really good, man. That's
It
well
would have
above
been a
average.
15 had you not said nothing.
Anyway, so for the sake of moving forward, you guys get yourselves ready for the performance. Gwendolyn up just so we know, because I'm assuming Gwendolyn's gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Micah is going to neural link with Jericho and Gwendolyn.
Okay.
And let me double check again what the distance is. I think it's like
Quite long.
my glasses. Let's see, actions.
Oh, dude, it's like a mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what would be the point of it if it was not like?
If it wasn't very far.
Well, I mean,
It's
again,
10 feet away.
well, a lot of things are about 60 to 120 is an average for a lot of those, right? So, don't assume massive mileage.
Yeah, but it's also a class ability, not like a cantrip you can just pick up. You know.
Yeah, even so, don't. I mean, it's a good
Let's
thing to
carry
check. It's not
on.
always guaranteed. But yeah, so anyway, so as you guys begin. You guys look about at it. You guys. Oh, I also need to roll just so you know how many hours it's up for, Zaku. Shouldn't matter, but just in case.
What am I rolling?
Your psychic die.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, whatever
Okay.
it is.
The first one is free.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
to use a
the
psychic
hours
die, but the
fine.
psychic die determines how many hours it lasts.
Okay. Psychic die, solid bolster, okay. Psychic die, there we go. Boop.
Okay, so it's up for 4 hours. You're plenty. If it, I only made a check because a 1 hour might be risky. Because
Yeah.
as long as you roll above 1, you're fine.
Sounds good. We
Okay.
got a 4-hour play.
You got lots of time, so no worries there. We're just making sure you didn't get a 1. You guys start the performances. Jericho, you step on stage and do your performance of the arc of your introductions of the twins.
Do I have to roll with do I have to activate enhance ability again, or do I just
You'd have to
do I still have
recast it if you want the advantage, yes. 'Cause
It's fine.
It's the next day, so you got your spell slot back regardless.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Oh,
remember they
also-
said
well-
you had to wait another day because they had to get this ready?
wait a fucking! I'm so stupid. I can't believe I forgot about that. Okay, so just so you know, well, actually, Oh, okay. So I guess since it only would last, how would inspiration work in moments like these? Because yes, it's a prolonged thing, but like inspiration's weird like that. So I don't know.
What, you mean Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, bardic inspiration.
It lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. If anything, then I'm probably just going to like throw one at Micah before they leave. So yeah.
Yeah, probably best to do it before they turn when you turn them
On-
invisible versus during right now, because it probably run out by the time Micah switches out.
It's fair. Also,
So if you
want
want to shoot it off to people for performance purposes, now would be the time.
Well, isn't the performance like
Yeah,
That's-
Their
what I-
performances, right?
right? Okay.
'Cause
Well,
your
you know,
performance
fuck it.
makes determines the DC. Their performance is whether or not they keep it going.
Got it.
I think But wouldn't it be longer than 10 minutes before we have to make the check?
True, but I'll say he can give you the inspiration as you guys walk out, right? Like, inspiration just has to be anything, right? If he says, and here becomes the lovely Juniper, for example, that counts as an bardic inspiration.
Yeah, can't he just weave it into the story anyways?
Yeah, exactly. He just weave it into the story for you guys.
Yeah. So he can
Micah's
throw it
different
up
because
anytime.
Micah disappears for a while and might not use it immediately, so...
So, I'm gonna. Okay, so first I'm going to. Let's see. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. My sweet, spirit thing just rolling on that table, so I have that for the future in the event that things go awry. Is that how the fuck do I pronounce that?
I think it's awry.
Awry? Okay. And yeah, then I'll throw it at the others. So let me detract a bunch from my inspiration. I think there's like a place for that, right? Oh
I
yeah,
have to
okay.
spend.
Yeah. I found it.
Okay. So Jericho, you may walk on stage and roll your advantage performance for the opening.
Respectfully, Zaku, I think that's up to you to just check what your class is all about, so you can make sure.
I
I
said that
do
as-
have proficiency in
I'm asking just because, like, it sounded so casual, so I wanted to make sure that it actually was, like, efficient.
It was to determine how long it was.
Yeah, basically, you only needed to roll it for the duration. You said that it doesn't spend for the first one. It was just for the duration, so no, it's not spent.
Yeah.
Based on what you said.
The
But you have to
Neuralink
refer to what your
doesn't
thing
have-
says.
Okay, I will double check then. But the
was just
Neuralink
for
is the one that
duration.
doesn't do the thing, so it probably is spent.
Because you said the first one was free or
Yeah, the
something.
first one's free.
The first one's free for the Neuralink,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so this one is not
What's-
Neuralink, so technically
what-
that counts as one use.
What do you psychic
Wait,
die?
Are you using this one?
For the perception of hours.
No. Okay. So the first one you use is you're rolling for the amount of hours of how long that first free
Well, your
one
link
is
is
used. You don't even use the psychic die technically. It's just that psychic
This
die.
is just a general roll.
Yeah, the psychic die
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
the how long is just used to determine the hours.
How long?
Zaku.
Okay, so it's not actually me using an ability.
No.
Yeah.
You just need the D6.
Okay, then okay, cool.
Or whatever the dice
Yeah,
is. I
the
think.
first time you don't. So the first time you use it, you don't have to worry about it. But you still got to roll the die just for the length.
Yeah.
I can see how you got confused by that.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. So Jada, please roll me an advantage performance check.
Yeah. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is.
Okay, so you're good at. It's a little less than last time, but it's definitely more than good enough to keep everybody's attention on stage and are enthralled. So the twins were Juniper and Gwendolyn.
Yeah.
So you
I
two.
thought it was me and Jade.
No, Jade's the god.
Okay, I thought because of the height.
I thought
stuff,
Micah was
we
the.
were
Okay,
gonna
okay,
we're-
play Micah
we're doing
off as
we're
the
doing
god and you
stagehand.
were the double.
Guys, are
Go
we
ahead.
doing doubles or stagehands? I thought we were doing stagehands for a second.
Okay, Juniper's
double.
stagehand. So who are the twins?
So I thought what was established is that it was going to be Gwen and Juniper.
I think
Well, I thought we were.
Like
Yeah,
for-
but
trying
Micah's the
to-
guard, so Micah wanted to be the guard, so Juniper could take Micah's spot, and Juniper
No.
was gonna...
So Gwendolyn could take because they're the similar height.
Okay, yeah. So Gwendolyn
okay,
was
so
the-
it's probably Micah and Juniper go up first, so then Micah establishes that they are one of the characters, quote unquote, so that the next time that the twins have to come on stage, or whenever that specific twin goes on stage, it'll
Yeah,
be
and then
Gwendolyn
the
next.
guard
The
would
So
be-
that's a
twins go
swap.
off
Jade.
stage.
So for the purpose of this, it's Juniper, Micah, and the guard would be, but the guard wouldn't come out at the opening. So it's just Juniper and Micah first.
Okay. Damn, dude. Am I really about to hand out all my fucking inspiration?
You gotta call it now. You can't hand it out after they roll, so.
Oh, I know.
To be
Well-
fair, they're not gonna be probably that useful afterwards, so.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I'll do them.
Okay, so you both get a d6 to add this. Both roll me a performance check, and you can roll a d6, add a d6 to it. Ah, damn. You got a d6 to add, so 11 and 20. Well, Juniper, while awake, is obviously very different than from when asleep.
Her redemption arc.
As they do, you, Micah, you're passable. You pass. They're like, they're very enthralled by Juniper. It's like, oh, she's
I'm being
amazing.
carried.
And then Micah's looking over. They're looking over, and Micah's like kind of flat, but Juniper, amazing. As you guys are pantomiming your ways, and everybody is enthralled by the words and stuff. As the second stage goes, everybody is fully enthralled by the play now, and Micah this would be the time you would want to go backstage and switch.
Okie dokie.
Gwendolyn hands out. Gwendolyn summons Hemlock, hands them the 2 potions. And Hemlock, well, will be fed his potion.
Open your bee. Ah, glug 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 glug. So we're invisible! Yay!
Indeed. You'll have to pull Hemlock out because I cannot.
I think he's already out. He's just at the bottom.
I think he's.
Oh, is he at the bottom? Oh,
Yeah.
he is.
Okay, so you guys have turned invisible. Okay, so before they go out there, the next 2 people walk out, which is now Gwendolyn and Juniper. As the second act begins. Now this will determine how difficult their stealth checks are. So I want you both to roll me a performance check.
I will cast Enhance Ability on myself before going out.
Yep, that's fine.
Or Performance. Charisma. Okay.
So we both roll me and perform.
Oh, good thing I did.
Oh God!
Good thing I did.
Well, still me.
Oof.
Passes the fuck out halfway through
Once
Her
again!
performance really
Once
got all of
again.
her energy.
Oof! That's just
He
sleep.
acted too hard.
So here's the thing, Gwendolyn, you are now easily passing off as Micah. Juniper's asleep, and that's drawing some attention. But it's odd. Okay, Micah and Hemlock will have to both make me their advantage stealth checks as you 2 move to the glass door to get into the main house.
Alright.
Holy shit, we almost just fucking.
We almost doubled that one.
That would have been
Knock on
hilarious, because
wood.
that would have been the point where things would have went off the... Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good thing,
Oh,
Zach. You
nice.
got that. And now I need one for Hemlock.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, yeah, you guys have no issue getting to the door.
Whee!
And I'll even say you guys get through it because the door is unlocked.
Sweet.
So it's just a quick... You quickly move over. I'll keep you guys together here with Hemlock. Okay, so... As the performance is going, people are a little confused why Juniper is snoring again. And I hear Jenkins goes, "Oh my, I wonder if this actually is part of the play."
Well, she has their attention.
But Micah, for this bit, you may now move around the place and pick a place to go into. So feel free to move
Okay.
your token,
Mhm.
and I'll tell you when your time's up, and we'll head back to the play.
Okay. let's do.
Hello, Derek.
Hemlock will try to keep an ear out.
Okay. Micah is going to try going upstairs.
Don't bother with upstairs. I don't have an upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Um,
this map, I could never find the upstairs version of this map, so there is no upstairs for the purposes of an upstairs.
Okay, so it's literally just up, down, just means it goes up and.
Yeah, like for the purpose of this, what you're looking for meta purposes and just to avoid the problem, first floor is all that matters.
Okay. Then.
That's alright.
Micah's going to go left because there's something down there in the map that looks kind of sus.
Okay, as you do see a door to your left.
Door to my left. Okay. Do they hear anybody inside?
Roll me perception checks.
Wait, do I have advantage? I do.
Oh.
I think that's just for sight.
Al has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Okay, it's hearing. Weird that I got hearing as well. Not that it helped. Anyways, Mike has passed. Mike, you said what seems to be someone cleaning in there.
Okay. Just one person?
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
Okay.
We can move on.
Yeah.
Come
If we move on. Oh, I didn't even realize there's like I never zoomed out, so I'm like, whoa, okay, this place is bigger. Yeah, we will move on for now. Just to kind of get our bearings of the place.
Yep.
And we will Micah will kind of like keep an ear out for when if a cleaning person comes out from this area.
Gotcha. Once again, you enter this area. It seems to have like a bit of a fireplace there to it. Nothing major. Just the hallway with the door.
Mm-hmm. Some guards over there.
Listen.
Yeah, perception checks. It doesn't seem like you hear anything coming in from that side of the door.
Okay.
Though you do kind of hear sounds from outside. From like this direction. Like from over here.
Over here.
With Hemlock
Okay.
having done a flyby prior, do we know the layout of the room? Or does he know the layout?
I mean, I don't know what you mean by layout. You mean the shape of the building?
Couldn't he have seen through the windows?
They were tinted.
Oh, they were tinted? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone inside.
Alright then. I will open the door and may have you take a quick sweep through. And gonna try to open this door.
Yep. Feel free to click on it.
Oh. Whoa! That's cool. Okay.
Go open it.
Alright.
The chest.
A chest? Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, you do see a trunk actually, more than a chest.
A trunk. Oh,
Listen out for the door. Before we go digging.
Yeah, 2 perception checks.
perception. Oh no. I think this is the time I use my... Actually, no. We're just listening in, right?
Yeah, we're just listening. I rolled a 6.
Micah, Hemlock, you
I-
think you hear something, but you're not certain. It's really hard.
What, Dylan?
I was looking at another game chat and I accidentally clicked to join it. I did not fucking mean to.
I've
Oh, no.
done that
Welcome
before.
back.
All the
I-
voices just suddenly fucking changed, and I was like, "What's happening?"
Where am I?
Wow, my friends are such good actors.
Sorry about that. I
Okay.
mean,
It'd be like that sometimes.
So you're not certain if you hear something. It seems too muffled.
That might be something on the other side.
It would seem sort of strange to be hiding anything this far out into the house. I would think it'd be further inside.
Could be anywhere really. They want to keep it hidden.
God, I have no way of checking if this thing is gonna blow up in my face.
It's an investigation check, Zaku.
Okay. I'm gonna try to investigate. Hoo hee hoo 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 hee hoo hoo.
Luck also is going to look.
Boop!
Oh,
Oh.
that seems fine.
It looks good to you too.
Everything's deja vu. Well, I guess Micah is going to attempt to tinker with it a little.
Is it locked?
Is it
No.
locked? Oh, okay. What's inside?
Betting.
Okay, well, moving on. Did we hear anything from that hallway that we were eyeing?
Also, small thing. I think I mentioned it, but didn't I say that I was going to give Micah inspiration as, like,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, for a 10-minute span, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I counted
will
that.
I know when it's... Or will I know when my 10 minutes is almost up?
I mean, you will. It's getting close to being almost up already. Because, again,
Okay.
you are exploring and all the listening and checking is slowing you down. Speaking of which, we
Well,
will
I was thinking that you could have used it on that previous check. It's only been a minute ago.
Oh, you're referring to the investigation check?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter. There was nothing there.
Doesn't matter.
It was vague.
There.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess keeping track of time, it's been like 9 minutes or something. 8.
Yeah, it's been about 9 minutes. Again, you are wandering through an entire house, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. I guess you wanted to go back to the play for a second, so feel free to do so.
Yeah, so we're gonna flip back to the play as you guys are out there performing. As your group is still putting on a performance, trying to display, the crowd is losing a bit of interest at this point due to the sleepiness. But we will do a new set of checks here to try to get the crowd back into it, as I would like Jericho, roll me another performance check to try to bring people back in, as the nat 1 for Juniper kind of dropped them.
You have such a good score, and yet...
I have unlockers.
It's...
I believe you.
Man. Okay, yeah, let's do... Ooh! Baby.
You got advantage. They're double.
Damn.
Okay, so the crowd seems to be brought back in through Jericho kind of fumbling his way out to excusing why one of the two twins has passed out in his sleep. As Jade walks in dressed up as the guard, as she's put herself to the thing where she put like that pillow stuffing in her arms and stuff, so she looks like she's bulked up.
Oh my god.
She basically looks like the person in a bad muscle suit.
Anchor arms.
As she pops out to start performing and do her play of the thing, as the three of you will now roll performance checks, and I will roll hers obviously as well.
Gonna give... I think I'm gonna give my last menstruation to Juniper because fuck.
I'm not gonna need it now, but let's go.
Sure, baby. Okay.
You Mousley is... Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Oh, baby.
So everybody's doing good, and I just need you... Okay, so yeah, everybody's fully invested, right? The DC was very low because Jericho had a very high performance, so literally the DC was like 6.
Nice.
So everybody's doing a really good job. Everybody seems to be very invested back into play, watching this thing as you guys keep moving. As Act 3 is beginning. Micah, back to you.
Okay. So
There was a door to the north you did miss.
I'm in.
But Again.
It looks like it goes
That just
outside,
goes into the
though.
hallway.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Not that we know that.
Well, there was this door. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, this one.
That's a door?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can check the door.
Oh. Okay.
Listen.
I guess. While Hemlock is listening, Micah is going to, I guess, investigate the door just to make sure there's no traps on it, because it seems like a teeny one.
Okay.
And then, nope.
You
Must be
got
fine.
the D6 if you want to use it now, Mike. It's gonna run out anyways.
Yeah,
Okay, might as well. Oop.
good enough.
Looks fine.
Alright, gonna open it up.
Okay. You open up it. Weirdly enough, it just looks like an empty room.
Looks
Completely
like an
empty.
empty room.
Seems like it's an empty room. Could be a broom closet.
There even
But there's
broom closets
nothing
have
in
things
here?
in it.
Yeah, you don't see anything in it, but then again, you do know maids are cleaning right now. So maybe it was a broom closet.
Going to look around to see if there's any like secret compartment things or things that we can press.
Yeah,
Okay,
same.
investigation.
That's...
No, nothing you can find.
Alright, to the next room then. How are we on time?
Oh, you're fine, right? I mean, well, that investigation took a couple more minutes, but you couldn't find anything.
Okay.
You're probably got another, well, yeah, left at Act 1, so you probably got another half hour before things start
Half
wrapping
hour?
up.
Oh, okay.
Well, your invisibility will last for another 45 minutes, but the play will probably last another half hour.
Okay. Alright, so we again with that one room that we've been listening out for.
I'll just try that room.
Yeah, we'll try it. Should I roll anything
We'll
for this
have
door?
I have to sneak through it because there is someone on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
you're going to try
person
to
still in
open it
there?
stealthily to try to squeeze through it, just a sleight of hand check.
Oh no. Not again! So, I guess...
So the door opens. I'm going to make a
Okay.
counter. You know what? I'll be fair and I'll make a counter roll.
Okay.
So it's just going to be a flat.
Hey, Zaku,
Well,
Hi.
roll for me real quick, please.
Damn.
you got lucky.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Okay. We're heading in! Let's go!
And you see a maid she kind of looked up for a second, but you just were able to sneak in and out before she noticed.
Mhm.
And just
Okay.
seems to be cleaning up in here. She does finish up. She sees I have a mop and mopping up. She seems about ready to finish up. She's like, oh, do. And she seems about ready to leave the room.
Okay. Gonna...
We're gonna let her leave and then look in the room.
Yeah, just like hide out in the corner or something, or like behind.
I will say, though, for this, roll me stealth checks that give you 2 advantage stealth checks.
Okie dokie. Plus...
Good for that advantage, Zaggy.
crying,
So you're about to trip
sobbing.
over that chair.
The worst rogue in the fucking world!
I think Andy still has that with his one character.
Crying.
That was
Okay,
because his bad rogueness wasn't due to rolls, though.
Oh. What's on this wall? Like, next to the fireplace?
Which one? You mean this here?
Yeah, this thingy.
That's a
Self-explanatory.
bookcase.
Bookcase. Okay. Like,
Search the room.
could you maybe look into the... this is chimney, you said?
Yeah, it's a chimney. It's a...
Okay. Perhaps look into the chimneys, see if you find anything. I'll look through the books.
Now, be warned.
Mm-hmm.
going up a chimney's fine, but any soot that gets on him would break the invisibility because it's like getting hit with a thing of flour, right? Invisibility doesn't stop
that's
things from
true.
touching you being visible. So he could do it, but it's going to require a check to make sure he doesn't, like, get covered in soot.
Okay. That case, maybe instead. Well, I guess
And
what
he
would
just
him
like
look like he did?
touch, like
Perch on
and
Micah.
look.
I mean, he can look up it, he just can't fly up it's what I mean.
Yeah,
Looking
he's-
up
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't
don't
require a
need
check.
to-
If he's going to fly up it, that's going to require a check because it's not easy.
No, the main concern is like, is there like a strange brick that they can press on that like turns a
Yeah.
door?
For the sake of simpleness, the check will be an investigation for the whole room. I'm not going to make you roll for each piece of furniture, otherwise he'll be here all day.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll give it to you, despite the fact you were technically off, but you're only off by 1.
Screams, thank you.
I didn't realize I didn't realize you wouldn't have taken investigation proficiencies.
Yeah,
I have it.
I know.
Oops.
I know. But
Yeah, but you're not the stealth.
That was an oversight on my part.
don't worry, you get more later.
Good.
Micah, as you're like exploring the area, the piano seems weird to you.
Okay.
And you're kind of looking over. Something seems like there might be. It looks like there might be a trigger here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't know what the trigger could be, but it looks like that piano has a trigger. So that makes Jesus.
It eats Micah and Hemlock. The end.
Yeah,
Do you
Micah.
Um,
think that do you think perhaps that it's a certain piece you have to play?
Let's try looking for maybe a button first. Most likely it is certain keys, but at the same time, if they're trying to hide a trigger, I don't think they would want to announce which notes that would be.
I'll say you give you a few more minutes. You do not find a button, but you are able to work out the fact that yes, it looks like it's a set of keys you have to press in the right order.
Motherfucker.
It's a combo lock, in other words.
Okay. Is it possible? Because pianos have this has foot pedals. There is a foot pedal on pianos that softens up the keys in sound. I guess can I try to see? Actually, hold on.
Zach, are you gonna try to guess the combination?
No. I'm gonna open up the hood because I'm gonna see if there's maybe something inside the piano that can tell me which is which.
Unfortunately, nothing that would indicate it. Like
As a generalist question, is there anything on the piano that could give away the code?
it
or
doesn't
on the
look like the
bookcase.
piano has the code, though you might guess that the code is somewhere.
It's on the sheet music. Is there sheet music?
Yeah, is that bookcase except sheet music or anything?
You don't see anything in this room that would indicate that. Your guess right now is the code is probably in a different room.
Motherfuck. How much time do we have left?
You still got about 20 minutes after all that. Because you did spend a good 10 minutes investigating, then looking over the piano twice.
Okay.
I'll
Then we-
listen. Seems fine.
You're good.
Okay. There we go. Yep. Like collide. I guess we're gonna try to. We want to head over to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, at least we have some. Oh wait, my bad. Is anyone? No, there's no door here.
Just the maid.
You're invisible. You do see a maid, but she's not paying attention. Like, you're not trying to. Oops. You're not trying to bust through a.
That's the thing. Okay. Any paintings on the walls?
nothing major, it seems.
Oh, those are plates. Okay, I was like, are
Yeah,
these
the
eggs?
table didn't port in proper for some reason.
Okay. Okay. But what's this? Is this also a chimney? I'm assuming that's like this gray area.
Yeah, that's
That's-
there. Yeah, that's another.
Okay.
Like, it's a big house.
Um,
There's lots of fireplaces.
Okay. No. Guess maybe wait like 1 minute until like the maid is maybe further away from them before
Yeah, fair enough.
trying to get to
I'll
the store.
say I can't grab her because of the stupid table.
Okay.
But she does move away. You guys have an opportunity to move through the door.
Okay. It's not locked. We'll let Hemlock do a listen. Okay. Do we hear anything? Hello?
Seems to be good.
Alright. Open the door. It's not locked.
It is not. Here's the thing, Zaggy. If
I
it's
don't-
locked, you won't be able to open it yourself.
Oh, right.
I
okay.
can make a door lock by just clicking on it.
Okay.
So that way you are aware is back towards.
Okay. Back towards the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna keep.
At that point, your passive perception, Micah, would pick up someone in the area you're heading towards. And you hear what seems to be a grumpy voice going, "Goddamn cooking for all these goddamn rich bastards don't know good food to be here." And you hear this thunk of this huge cleaver just smacking in the wood.
Okay. Hearing over here. Okay. Gonna go. Is
Anything in
this
this room?
Is there anything there?
That room, no, it doesn't seem anything significant. It seems to be a again, not all the maps updated because not everything imported. That it looks like that's a pantry.
Okay. I
Gathering
guess
by the
while-
person that's screaming, you're right next to the kitchen. As you see a little halfling cook with his giant meat cleaver just hacking away at meats.
Gonna hack away at my neck. This is a door. Is this a door?
That's a glass
what
door,
is
but
this?
it's open up
Oh.
already.
Okay. Can we?
Hemlock's going to kind of like. Actually, he doesn't know where the fuck you are.
If Micah is talking through Hemlock into Gwendolyn with Neuralink, that can just go back and forth, right?
Yep.
Okay. Micah will ask, like, you think you can check out that room real quick? Cross.
I guess Gwendolyn responds because she's playing back. She's the middleman.
Hemlock's telling you to go back the other way. He doesn't think there's anything this way.
Alright. And, oops. Off we go. How much time we got left?
I mean, at this point, we're going to go back to the play. Because you're on your last 15 minutes.
Yep. Oh, like, okay, no, sorry. I thought you meant we were switching over.
Yeah, I'm going back to the play. Yeah, I am. I'm just trying to think.
okay.
So as you guys are back at the play performing, people seem to be fully enthralled back with you guys' performance. You guys reach the last end of the play. Jericho, Juniper, Gwendolyn, and good old Jay Chutri, you guys make my performance checks. Jericho, you first.
All right. Let's keep up this train. Let's fucking go, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
and performance checks from the others. Hope as long as they're not terrible, you guys are fine.
I'm gonna shit myself.
Okay.
Right.
Jade, no!
So as Jade goes to be the performance of the guard, you do notice though that as she's performing, the big stuffed padding she has is starting to slip, and all of a sudden her big muscles seems to be slowly turning into a giant potbelly.
Oh no!
Which seems to be distracting people a bit. As it seems like the guard is miraculously going through midlife metamorphose in front of them. But for the most part, it is still a very good performance from everyone, and people are intrigued by what is happening. Nobody is so far looking to walk away and go to have a piss or something, for example.
I'm so glad I enhanced ability. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. You a couple times that would have went bad. Micah, back to you and Hemlock.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
To be fair, I'll give you guys a hint for what's happening.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check for back when you were in the maid's room
Okie dokie.
with the dining table. Okay, Hemlock, you caught the maid mentioning something about how she'd have to head over to the Lord's room and start cleaning that up here right past the kitchens.
The Lord's room is that way?
Yes.
Why is he next to the kitchen?
Hey, man wants to be near his snack time when he's hungry.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but well... Weird, okay.
So we had that.
French people are weird. You know.
We had that on the way. Oh, coming back.
Yeah, either way you heard it. I mean, it would only have been a minute to go back, or 30 seconds to go back, so that's not going to change your time.
Okay, would we be able to maybe get there before she does? If the doors
Yes,
are
we were
you're,
ahead
she was still cleaning when she said that, so yes, you have time to get ahead of her.
Alright, cool. I can't move. Okay, well I guess I'm assuming the Engi chef is no longer there. Is he there?
He's still cooking, but he's busy cooking, so you guys can make a stealth check to get past him. It's not a high DC.
Oh no.
Your advantage, Zaku, you're invisible.
Oh, right. Oh no. Not again!
You just hear you hear all of a sudden as all of a sudden you hear the cook just kind of swing around, goes, "What the?" It starts looking around, confused, as it's like he's sniffing something in the air. Micah, you allowed a little toot, I'm gonna say.
Wow, thanks, Heath. Among like the raw meat and everything else, somehow he can smell a toot.
He's a professional cook. He's very sensitive to smells.
God.
It's a fact.
I'm just
I
looking
mean-
at that Micah drawing right now.
Me crying.
But as he's
sobbing.
moving out, I will make him roll a check to see whether or not he can start to locate something.
Okay.
Again, he's not worried about finding a person, he just smells something that turned in his mind.
Okay.
Well, that's a higher, so he kind of moves towards you. One more stealth check, Micah.
I just fucking came in my pants. The anticipation was too much.
So, Micah, you are able to sneak past him as he's kind of sniffing around for you, and you kind of pass what looks to be like a barrel of pickles, and that deceives him.
Sweet. Okay. What's in this fucking room?
You have pickle farts.
I have pickle farts.
You don't hear anything.
Alright. Oops. Alright, how are we on time?
You still got a good 10 minutes. The moment with trying to get past the pickles did kill a little bit of time. Your pickle
Well,
fry
Well,
slowed you
it's
down.
worth mentioning you might have a little bit more because of Brightburn's final
True.
bit.
Brightburn will get. See, Brightburn's performance will determine how much extra time you have.
Yeah.
I think that's how I'll
Um,
rule the ending with Brightburn's performance. Brightburn. If he rolls high, you have more time. If he rolls low,
Okay.
your time will be running short.
Okay. Do we hear anything?
No, you
Or
do.
does Hemlock hear anything? Alright.
What is this?
Oh boy. What is that?
That area looks up there to be just some more. Again, this map's not super detailed. Looks to be kind of a closet area.
I went into the wall.
You don't hear nothing.
Alright.
You guys enter what looks to be a private bathroom with another door to the bottom.
Alright.
And in that door, you looks to finally find the Lord's bedchamber.
Why is he out here? These rich people weird.
I mean, Zachy, I am limited by how the map was pre-generated.
I know. I'm just me.
Rich
just
people
like,
are
I
also
like-
just weird. I mean, look at Elon Musk. He got dumped and then proceeded to buy Twitter.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a quarter of his total wealth.
Is there... Can I slip my arm under pillow?
I mean, again, Zachy, it's an investigation check to see what
Investigation.
you find. It's for the room.
Okay. Woo!
Well, instantly and quickly, thankfully you finally rolled a good one, Micah. You hear by this window sheet, you find what looks to be a sheet of music.
Aha. Okay, what's on it? Aside from like music,
Musical
anything
notes.
interesting?
Roll me. Do you have any proficiency with any sort of instrument, Micah?
I do, I believe.
I would like to
it's-
also remind you that you are currently mentally linked to Jericho.
That is true too.
That's fine. You can describe what you see, but it's very hard to physically describe a musical note on a piece of paper.
You underestimate Jericho's ingeniousness.
I'm
Yes.
more referring to Micah's gonna be, I see these dots upon a line.
That's your
Ye-
creativity.
Also, Jericho is busy telling the story. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You underestimate Jericho's amazingness.
Anyways, do you have any sort of
Oh,
proficiency with any sort of instrument? You do not.
I forgot. I did not. I took it for the thieves' tools instead.
So
So
you get
with
it for free?
that, roll me a disadvantaged intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Don't you get thieves' tools for free?
Yeah, you do, Zaku. You're a rogue.
Oh,
So
Wait,
you
so
took
what
the
did I
fucking
take?
instrument.
Or did you take a language? But no, I think you took an extra language, Zaku.
thieves' tools, forgery kit. That was my proficiencies.
You have Dwarvish,
Thieves'
Elvish,
tool.
Orc. I think you took an extra language, Zaku.
Did I?
Yeah, you
Okay.
took an extra language is what happened.
Damn.
Oh.
So you took one language and one tool, which is the proper. You can take two tools or two languages or a mix of the two, and you took a mix of the two.
Okay.
I will also try to read it.
Yeah.
Both will be at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage because damn well no Hemlock
What
ain't
is it?
proficient.
I'll have you know that birds can be like songbirds. So like,
Yeah, being a
what-
songbird is completely different from knowing how musical notes work.
I mean,
What? What role is it?
It's a disadvantage intelligence.
it's not through Hemlock. It's technically we're getting information from Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn
Hey.
can't be looking through Hemlock's eyes and concentrating because they are performing right now. So this is
True.
Hemlock
If
being
I-
Hemlock right now.
If Micah described it, because like there's only so many lines on a sheet, anyone would know.
It's
gonna
not
be
any
too
better.
complicated.
It's not any
Okay.
better.
That's fine. Investigate. Oh wait, no intelligence check.
Oh,
Also, they're
yeah.
outside of
Intelligence.
Hemlock's range, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Is no active control. What? Ain't. Why won't it let me click?
Yeah, click on int.
Yeah, that's what I did,
Mod.
and it's giving me.
There you go.
Oh my.
You click on the 0, Zaku. I think you were clicking on the 10.
Hit the
Why would
minus
they
button.
put the button there?
Yeah, it's not the score, because the score is what you edit.
So you both
Hold
got a 10. I rolled it for you, Zaku, just to move it quicker.
Okay.
Move us forward.
Thank you.
So you both got a 10. You know it's music. You know it's musical notes. The best you can gather is it looks weird for some reason. Like, you mean, neither one of you are masters of music. You know what a music sheet is. You don't know how to play it. But judging based off of the fact that there's this special note of music in his room, and you know there's a piano with a magical key combination, you can assume this would probably be the code. You just don't know how to play it.
Can Micah write this down somewhere?
You got,
Okay.
does Micah have, yeah, you got a forgery kit, you're fine.
Yeah, forgery kit.
Got
Yeah.
a forgery kit.
Yep, you can definitely write the music down.
Alright, just gonna scribble everything that they see real quickly, and I guess we can see how much time we have left.
Put it back in the same place.
I will say at this point, let us move back to the play as Brightburn's turn comes out.
Woo, Brightburn!
So, Brightburn, as you walk up to, as the performance wraps up and you do your monologue.
Oh yeah. Okay. Before Brightburn steps out, he is going to take his mask off back behind stage, revealing a young Goliath underneath. In which he will step out and walk across the stage. He's gonna look around in like a hurried fashion. If I'm correct, twins are dead. Correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
At this point, okay. So he's gonna look around in a panic state, and he's going to rush over to them, and he's gonna rush up and in more delicate words, because I am not an actor, but I like to think he does a lot better job than this. He's gonna relate that they're his siblings. So like, my siblings. I tried to be here in time, but I couldn't make it. I'm sorry. You were right. I should have. And he will hold the mask in his hand. He goes, I should have taken this more seriously. Don't worry. And he'll stand up and he'll put the mask back on his head, and then cast light on it so it burns big and bright. He goes, I will find the one who did this to you, and I will bring him to justice. And then he will leave the stage.
Okay, roll me your performance check, Brightburn.
Oh.
Yeah!
My entire play has been building up to this. I would like to give him help with my performance as well. You know?
I'll allow it, so roll advantage, Brightburn.
Yeah!
Didn't
What?
help. It's pretty mediocre, unfortunately. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Fair enough.
Zagu, you probably only bought yourself an extra 5 minutes with that.
So in other words, time to head back.
Yeah, you gotta either start pushing. You could risk the biscuit and go straight for the piano,
But we don't even know what the fuck.
but
Yeah,
you
we don't
can't
have
even
any-
play the key, so it's not
Oh,
gonna help you much.
Yeah.
And if we're
know
caught
someone
with-
who has.
If we're caught with that being open or whatever, and we can't put things away with.
Yeah,
That
you're
points
pretty
to
foobar.
us.
You got a good
Yeah.
start and a check.
Yeah, we're just gonna head back, because at least we have people who do know how to read music.
Yeah.
Leave.
We gonna leave. We need to
Close
make
all
any
the
more.
doors behind us.
Yes. Make sure everything looks like the way that we saw it.
Yeah, for the sake of simplicity, you guys are able to rush your way back. I'll just need one last stealth check to get past the cook again.
Past the cook, yeah.
The final boss.
Your final boss.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Advantage.
Nice!
Advantage!
Advantage.
Fuck!
Well, that's 2 failures, so that's not good. As you guys move in, and you just hear a psh, as you accidentally bump into the rotisserie pork bear.
Gonna have to kill the cook now.
As the cook looks about and sees kind of this smoke haze from the fire, just kind of slowly grasp your form slightly. Goes, what the fuck? And he starts approaching. I'm going to give him one last check, but this will be contested. No longer DC 10. This will be against his.
Oh boy.
As he's
oh boy,
now
oh
actively
boy.
looking. That's a 14 though, because he has got a +2. He is a cook.
Okay.
Oh, the anticipation.
Advantage. Oh, wait,
Motherfucking.
Just kill him! Just kill him! Kill him! Kill him right now! Kill him right
These
Wait,
dice!
hold on. Hold on. How close am I? Fuck, I'm too far away.
Nope. At that point, Micah, your form comes out in the smoke, and he goes, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
I'll give you one action to do something at this point, Micah.
I will either have to kill him or knock him out.
Neither one will help a lot.
No,
Just say,
that's
a dead
true.
body is kind of a problem.
That's a problem.
Not to mention,
Okay.
you probably won't kill. If you kill him, you better do it without him making a sound.
Yeah.
Also, if you take the attack action, you will also
Oh, wait.
become
Lose your.
That's
yeah,
right,
you're,
I'm
you're,
not
you do
invisible
lose invisibility
anymore.
if you make an aggressive attack action.
So
I gave you as much as I could. I gave you,
very slightly worst rogue in the world. Okay. Okay. You know what's funny? I was thinking, like, what if there's a smoke detector? Then I realized, right, we're in the medieval fucking era. Oh, actually, this is Unity. Do they have anything like smoke detectors?
We wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know what a smoke detector
You wouldn't
is
know
even if
what
they
it
did,
is.
Micah. Like it would be
Motherfucker.
something you would not know of. So
Yeah.
even if you saw it, for all you would know, it's like that's a weird round disc on the ceiling. What the fuck that's about?
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't know what it's for.
The most we can do is distract them, because at least he won't catch us, but something would be fucking weird.
Is this
Could we,
is
like-
this an active fire? What is going on the stove?
Well, the stove is cooking. Yes.
Yeah, could we, like, make the fire bigger, so
well-
that's...
He doesn't notice Hemlock.
He doesn't
Can
know
a
it's
Hemlock
hemlock.
fly and tip over whatever's like on there?
So you want hemlock to knock over the pot.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Could...
oh.
I mean, is there, like, oil or anything that could make the flames go bigger when we knock something into it?
Well,
You know.
I mean, it's a stove. It's a medieval stove, guys. The fire's inside, right? So you'd have to open up the drawer, throw the oil in to, like...
I wonder
The
if-
oil is hot enough to
Hold
start a
on.
fire.
I have movement.
Yes. Hey,
have
okay,
60
so like the
feet of
oil
fly.
thing, Zach, is probably a bit much to be asking for. Like again, it's not an open flame. It's not like a gas-powered stove. It's a wood stove, so the heat comes from
Okay.
inside. So it works closer to how an electric stove works. Is the best way to sum it up.
Okay.
I guess what would make sense is Gwendolyn would probably be the closest towards.
I mean,
where
you
she'd
guys
be able
have.
to do anything.
You're outside Hemlock,
No,
so you have no
I
idea
know.
what's happening as Gwendolyn.
Well, she can still. She's Brightburn is back here,
Yes.
right? And Gwendolyn would probably have been able to communicate, or Hemlock would be able to communicate when they're passing through each section.
True.
As
Like
long
they,
as
but
he's within
you would be
100
unaware
feet.
of what just occurred because you would be
Right.
just outside the range. And
But
it has,
She
But
would
Micah's
be
still also linked too.
towards the furthest right side because she knows that they're on that side.
Yeah.
Because when they would pass by. So she would stand at the furthest edge she could, which should give enough movement for Hemlock to reach about 100 feet-ish. That's 30 feet unless... He is not going to move stealthily. He needs to move.
Quickly, because otherwise, yeah, because
quickly.
it's half speed at stealth movement.
Yeah, and he's just 5 feet short. Which he is now in range. Gwendolyn is going to cast...
Well, okay, so we have to take this bit by bit. The action would be used up communicating, right? It's not like you have an instantaneous, like, oh, I know exactly what's happened. Like, there has to be a conversation
That is
first, right? So
Well,
that's
Micah's also telepathically communicating.
true with Gwendolyn. That is true. So
Yeah. Like Micah would immediately say something if something
which would
is
be
amiss.
Micah's action. Because again, conversations are an action, guys. It's not a freebie when it's like non-fluff.
Okay. I mean, if Gwendolyn has a plan, I'm assuming you got a plan. Yeah, I can't do anything to him. So yeah.
The only thing...
I think you can only cast touch spells through a familiar anyways, can't you?
That is correct. So I can't even do... I don't even...
Yeah, you'd have to fly. You already used up
That
your
is correct.
movement, then you have to fly back, which would bring you back out of the range.
No, you're right. I would know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Would if I threw something at the stove, not the intention to attack him, just to knock something over, does that count as
And
does that count as an attack?
What was that?
Guys, when in doubt, just do what your character would do and reap the consequences.
I mean, okay. So
When-
you want to toss something at the stove as a distraction. What are you tossing?
What is at the rotisserie that is easy to throw?
I mean, you could pick up a coal. You could pick up a. You could.
Fuck! Throw the fucking white bird thing at it.
The entire chicken.
That's a pork. It's like a roast hog.
That's
like a 200-pound hog. I think if I could try, they fall over.
I don't know about that. I think they could get that easily. No, just the quickest thing that they can grab. So, like a coal, something the size of an apple.
Yeah, so
that
that would
is
be like
enough
one
to
of the
knock over.
stone coals for the fire pit.
Yeah, so gonna knock it towards the pan. Try to knock shit over. Knock things over.
Hey, roll me an athletics, because throwing is unfortunately athletics, because that is not a finesse weapon.
Oh, wonderful. So wait, my question wasn't answered yet. So if I were
I'm gonna say no in this case, because it's technically not an attack. Because you're not using your attack roll, you're using athletics.
I meant for like if I use my psionic.
If you use your
dagger.
psionic, it definitely counts as an attack, because that's a weapon.
Okay, yeah.
Like, if
I'm
you're
gonna
using
do-
something that's a weapon, then it's an attack, period. If you're using your weapon in any offensive capacity, then I'll have to roll as an attack.
Okay, athletics, you said?
Yeah, athletics.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, you you pick up the stone, fling it, and crack into the pot, knocking it over. Now, it does... How to describe this? So, it does have the advantage of knocking the pot over, which does obviously make the halfling go grab the pot. The disadvantage is he just saw something pick up a rock invisibly and throw it.
Well, there's nothing else I could have fucking done. I just
That's
need to run.
I know. So he grabs it and he goes, "What the fuck?" And he just shouts out the word intruder as you're running, Micah. Because at that point, any idiot can figure out what's happening. Right? Like, something's happening.
We need to get back and not be invisible. Well, Micah needs to get back.
Yeah.
Basically, we need to dash back. We have...
You have time as invisible? So as you're dashing back... and you hear the thing, you just start... when those sounds are, you start hearing guards and dogs bark. Right? So as people start looking about, you run through the rooms. So, roll me a flat stealth check as you got for this. It's going to be flat because you're kind of abandoning stealth to make time. So, but you're still invisible, so it's advantage versus oof. Okay, and yours, Micah?
Oh, thank fucking God.
You know what? Roll me an intelligence check.
Like a shadow among darkness.
Because there's a solution you guys could do here.
Okay.
And I will give you a hint if you guys roll a high enough intelligence check.
I am sorry, I am dummy. I am trying to click on the 0. Nothing is fucking clicking. What do I click on?
Your intelligence, 0, mod. I don't know what your problem is, but...
No, dude, like, there is no button that is allowing me to do anything. I am clicking exactly where you're talking about. There's nothing there.
It's not a button, you just click on the 0.
That's what I've been doing, and it's trying to make me type something instead.
Zaku, you know how there's like a plus or a minus or like other zeros that are below that? That's like your actual ability modifiers.
Hold on, let me show you what's going on.
Yeah,
okay.
show me
Like
your screen.
the other ones have that.
Yeah, that plus
Intelligence.
Wait, did you never... Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, you should just click on it, it should roll.
No,
That's all
Oh
I
wait,
did
why
on your
did... No,
sheet.
that is...
That's initiative.
No,
That's
it's...
not-
it's
Oh
the
no,
same
you're
for-
clicking on
Oh.
initiative,
I'm
Zaku. You're
fucking
supposed to click on the
dumb. Okay.
strength 0, yeah.
At a first
Anyways.
glance, yeah.
Anyway, so I'll give you the 16 I rolled because I rolled it for. I was gonna say that's just to make you check. There you go, Zach. You figured it out.
Yay, thank
16 is
you.
definitely high enough. Micah
Mhm.
and Hemlock. Hemlock, you're an invisible bird. You can fucking pass the buck off on the bird.
I can what?
In other words, if the bird becomes visible from invisible, he might just think it was the bird.
Okay,
Right? So the bird could take the fall. Right?
I can do that.
Like, so there is a pot that's a solution you guys can do is you sacrifice the bird because nobody saw the bird come in. Now, will the castle be on alert? Yes, because they'll assume obviously it's a familiar, right? But they might not instantly attach it to your group.
Even though the cook technically saw a body.
He saw a form. He didn't see your exact form.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't wrap around you like spandex.
Yeah, he just saw that the smoke was breaking against a solid object.
So for all he knows, it could have been just like one of those familiars that warlocks use.
Yeah, so he's now assuming it's a familiar. So he sees the crow, who threw and that was assuming the crow picked up the stone and tossed it. Micah can move through. Micah, your nat 20 easily gets you back in time.
Yeah, Hemlock will be picking up the stone, purposely kind of gathering up the smoke, and then he will drop the invis, and then just kind of toss the stone into the pot.
Yeah.
Just go. make fucking crow sounds.
Wait, Judah, this is your moment. You're lighting up and I can't hear you.
Oh, geez. It's because of the... Wow, my noise suppression thinks I'm an actual bird. 1 second.
There you go. Okay, is that happening? I'm just gonna roll an attack as he's going to see this crazy crow and throw a knife at it.
Goodbye, Hemlock. Thank you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll hit, and that poof goes Hemlock.
Goodbye, Hemlock.
I'm very tempted to make this difficult. I have an ability that can reduce his roll, but I think 19's too high.
I mean, 19's the flat, man. That doesn't include his modifiers.
That's true. I mean, he's a chef.
Yeah, which means he has some proficiency. Plus, I don't think Hemlock's AC is...
No.
It's 11, man. So unless you can reduce it by 9 or more, it would... And that's just flat.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking I just wanted to be a nuisance, but it's too high.
Yeah, so Hemlock disappears. Knows it's familiar now, because people knows what happens when you hit a bird and puffs into smoke. He didn't throw it that hard. But on the plus side, I will say with that now, at least the suspicion he had has diminished. Micah, you can make it to the back, no worry. Thankfully, you rolled the nat 20 when you definitely needed it.
Couldn't have been when we're going into...
Could have been when you snuck past it, right? No, could have been when you
That's
snuck
true.
past them. But at least
We
you created
got
an
something.
interesting scene. Poor Hemlock is gonna have so much frickin' morbid life-death crisis as he keeps vanishing from getting killed over and over.
Micah is gonna get so many corn chips for Hemlock.
As you make it back, Micah, just in time for the curtain fall, though people at this point are confused and wondering. So as the performance draws to an end, people are... Bernard and everyone goes, "What is happening? What's going on?" Micah makes it back without anybody noticing.
Jericho's just gonna look over towards him. It's just like, just towards him, and it's just like, oh, you're back. Yeah, you smell a little bit weird. I'll fix that. And prestidigitizes the smoke smell that's probably trailing on him or
Smoke
them.
smelling pork and fear.
Yeah.
I guess I'm back.
Yep. As you do hear connections like, "What's happening?" And I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. Captain Kirk, the captain. Don't worry, sir. My minute high will take care of this. As they start moving out to discover what happens, you will be detained for a moment as they try to figure out what occurs. We'll speed run this a bit because it's getting late. But as you do, Captain Bernard will look over at all of you. He's like, "Well, as you stay put, a lot of you stay put." The captain comes back and talks to the cook to see what happens, and they explain to Taze, as you guys are stuck on the area, waiting. Assume you guys are, unless you guys want to try something while this is occurring, while he's off.
I don't think we need to.
No, we've caused enough trouble. So as far as they know, we're just sitting.
Yeah. He'll come back, and you guys do overhear him talking about saying, "So there was apparently a infiltration of some sort of familiar was seen in the area." Which, luckily, again, doesn't automatically put you guys under suspicion. Familiars are common as a tell. But...
Sorry. It's just, you saying that, I'm just imagining it's just like Gwendolyn slowly folding and putting away her big-ass witch hat.
I know, right?
Puts away bird, puts away hat, makes Hemlock into a cat.
Right.
I will say, though... They'll look at you with some suspicion, but you guys had been there the whole time. Luckily, Micah didn't fail that last stealth check, or things would have been really bad.
Yup.
So I will say, due to that, they'll look over at you with suspicion, but with no proof of anything occurred, due to the fact that Hemlock literally bit the bullet.
the pan.
Yeah, or the pan.
Get the knife.
Hand to his face.
You guys will be allowed to leave, though under some suspicion. You doubt you'll be able to get back the normal way. As Bernard goes, well, that was interesting. Your performance was well done, but I'm afraid due to the security issues we've had, we won't be able to have a repeat performance, I'm afraid. We'll have to have the place in lockdown since we had infiltration today.
Oh no, I completely understand.
You're having security issues. Look no further for help than Brightburn. And I'll thumb at my face.
I thought you were an actor.
I merely do this to pay the bills for the love of art, but Brightburn's true motives are justice. You need his fist, he will be here.
Technically,
A hero and an actor. Call that poetic justice.
Yes. He's looking very confused and kind of just eyeing Brightburn at this point. Well, I'll be certain to talk to you if I discover any issues. Very well, I hope the rest of you are happy enough to leave. I will speak with the rest of you later. Perhaps we will meet again in the future.
Glad to hear it. Well, come on, everyone.
takes another bow.
Leaves. Leave the leave the thing and head back into Salmon Bay. As you guys exit the thing, breathing heavily as things almost went really bad.
Well, some of us. Jericho's just like, oh.
Everything went great. It was such a fantastic
I think everybody
performance.
did well. Though, it's just like, Juniper, have you ever figured out exactly why it is that you sometimes just fall asleep?
Well, the idea that Juniper's asleep right now when you ask that.
She doesn't even have her eyes open.
There was. Go ahead, Crystal. Sorry.
No. Why is that?
The awestruck face slowly gets replaced by his usual glowing smile. No reason. But anyhow, how did it go?
Micah is
not very well.
Micah is like rubbing in between their eyebrows. Well, we have some clues and an idea of what. No, we have a clue that he is hiding something. What that is, we are not sure yet. But unfortunately, Hemlock gave himself away in order to help me get back to stage. And that's about as far as we've gotten. So we're at Salmon Bay. Nobody else has like followed us.
Roll me perception checks.
Because if they sense that they were being watched, Micah will just use up the rest of the link until it wears out. But
You got 4 hours. The link talking's fine. But if you want to see if someone's following you, feel free to roll a
Perception.
But what we do is for the next few days, we send Hemlock to specifically harass the chef. So it seems targeted at the chef, not at the manor.
Hate crime, specifically towards a chef. You killed my brother, the turkey! How dare you! I shall haunt you forever.
Yeah, so you just keep sending Hemlock in over and over to attack the chef, as there's some maids that seems to have a beef with this halfling cook.
She didn't get paid enough.
So he needs the help of Brightburn.
But honestly, if we send Hemlock to go harass him when he's not at the manor, that could be another beat away, you know?
It might assist. The manor's still gonna be in lockdown for a bit, though. That was a security breach.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's
regardless
fine.
whether it was after the halfling or whether they were after Bernard's secrets, something got in that wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So-
that's
And
fine.
now his sheet music is stolen, right?
No.
No, he
we
made a
forged
copy.
it.
Luckily, Zaku didn't steal the sheet music. If Zaku stole the sheet music, you guys would be in so much
Oh,
trouble.
hell no.
word,
we
that's not
leave
fuck
everything
that,
how we
fuck
found
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because if they'd stolen the sheet music, you got the cat's out of the bag. Like, you know for a fact whatever that combination was would be changed by now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you'd have a nice piece of paper.
Paper that I can't read.
Music on it.
By the way,
There you go, Jason.
I would assume you show that to Jericho, which you would instantly recognize as the notes are gibberish. Like, they would make the most unappealing sound ever. No one would bash the keys in this order on purpose. Which you gather was done intentionally so someone wouldn't frickin' accidentally play the piano and unlock the damn secret.
Yeah, Jericho sees this and he like physically cringes.
I am assuming nobody was following us with my check.
Not that you're aware of.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I mean, your check just has a 16. If someone rolled a 17 stealth, you wouldn't see them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, gonna hand over. And, just other. He has a piano.
So, how do I put this? This is like, You ever heard of the song of the ABCs?
What about it?
So, let's just say that this is kind of like if you were to go ahead and sing the song, but with the numbers, but with the letters put in random, but you still had to sing them each individually in the tone that they go with.
In short, it sounds terrible.
Like absolute another shite.
Well, I suppose passwords don't have to sound pretty.
If they
There
would
was-
mine would sound pretty.
Of course. Which it seems like the play went well.
I would say, yeah, I would say that we all did rather well.
Well then. We did our job mostly. Apologize for the ruckus. And...
What do you mean a ruckus? You got the
I-
code. Now we just have to correspond later and figure that out ourselves. From what I understand, you did a perfectly good job.
I nearly got caught. That was not perfect.
But you didn't leave empty-handed now, didn't you?
That is true. And can clearly see an eye twitch or so, crossing arms. They're not happy with themselves, but otherwise we'll take it.
Yeah. Jericho will just give Mike a I don't remember the word. Friendly pat on the shoulder. Placating, that's the word.
Micah will like take one pat and then like walk away as like the next two like come over.
He just swings wide.
He doesn't even like look at him, just continues walking.
Right, we have places to be.
And yeah, gonna head back to the inn. And yeah. Actually on the way, can Micah buy like some snack, little snack sack? Heath?
A snack sack?
Just like buy like a bag of chips or something.
Oh yeah, just a copper.
For
Okay.
him, like yeah.
I didn't know
It's
what
a
you
bag
meant by
of-
it.
Yeah, sorry.
Snack
It's a
sack.
bag of
I don't know
Turkish
what
delight.
you mean by that.
Snack.
It's a bag of Turkish delight.
Exactly. Yeah, just something that Hemlock would like gonna give Schnack. So minus 1 copper. I need to convert these later. Cool.
Okay, so you guys head back to the mixing pot. There you see Grok Greenhands, looks over at you, raises an eyebrow. You're back already. How did it go?
Good. Performances were excellent.
And we got the code.
Well,
Oh,
so we don't have
Go ahead.
we don't have anything solidly confirmed yet, but he clearly has something hiding through his piano, which has a code. There was a mechanism on it. Would probably open up a room, maybe something inside the piano. Not sure, but we have something to work off of, but they are on high alert for now.
That's unfortunate. That could have been useful. We still could possibly get in later, but we're not certain how long that might take. I suppose we have one other alternative.
Could you not hold, perhaps arrest him? Well, not hold a search on his estate and use the code we found to perhaps find something.
Are you referring to breaking... Sir, as much as it sounds good, we can't just burst into his house without any sort of...
No, can you not? Is there not a... basically, does search warrants exist?
Yeah, but
They
you
have
still
nothing to
need
search on.
a search warrant still needs probable cause.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just have... Cops can't just come into your house without probable cause with a search warrant. Like, a search warrant can
Okay.
only be issued for probable cause.
Yeah,
That's the
we were
problem. They
trying
don't
to
have
find
it.
the
If they
cause.
had that, they could have broken earlier and done this without you. Right? And unfortunately, a secret code to a piano, which is a sheet of music written in the hand of Micah, doesn't count as probable cause.
That's fair.
Right?
Check out my scribble. Like and
it's like,
subscribe.
look, I wrote this musical note down. Proof positive that he's terrible music and needs to be thrown in prison because he can't write music. I'm sure Jericho would
dare
be
you.
totally on board with that.
Yes. And the fact that he butchered a piano to make it some sort of secret compartment, he would not have a single bit of it.
Exactly. But unfortunately, even if there are such a things as search warrants, but you'd still need probable cause.
Okay.
But what Grok Greenhound will say, there's one other possibility we might be able to work out then. I worry that if things didn't go proper here, our best bet then is to perhaps try to intercept the guns as they are being shipped by a watch. Now, since we apparently, and I'm assuming you told him about the fiasco. with the high alert you did, right? Yeah. So just
Yeah.
my assumption then he'll be on high alert. He might try to move the guns quicker than normal. Perhaps we can intercept and see where they are taken and try to intercept the area that way.
If you think about it, quicker does mean sloppier, typically.
Indeed. So we might be able to hunt them down to the location where he's shipping them.
That sounds
Probably
reasonable.
more our area of expertise rather than subterfuge.
I like his like better he sees the extra speed other than sneaking through houses and, being roguish. Everybody just turns him like
Just my entire job.
I mean, you can only roll so much until
Yeah.
you hit a
slump.
dead end. That
It's
Every
just
mission
the
has their falls.
yes, the more you have to roll, the more
the more
chances you have
success
to
things
fail.
can go wrong. Exactly.
And you
Yeah.
only need one thing to go wrong for it to fall apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like in real life. Hence why plans never survive contact with the enemy. Everything's got to go right, but only one thing's got to go wrong. That's
Yep.
plans. That's why the more complicated the plan, usually the worse it is.
It was not according to Keikaku.
But in this case, you guys would be able to possibly... So, I'll just tell you what we're going to set for next week. Because, again, it's a little late.
And I miss Andy.
Yeah, and you'll need Andy for the next bit. Because the next bit, because you didn't get that system down, the next one's going to be more of a dungeon-y scenario.
Yeehaw!
So basically next week Grok Green Hands will tell you guys are going to be heading out to scout out an area where they suspect it. When you find it, you'll have to see about intercepting the guns.
All right.
But in any case, we'll keep a scout out for it. Your lot will have to keep a scout out and look for it and make your move on him. I would suggest making the move after they've been shipped over and not during transit, since during transit might be more difficult, to be honest. Plus, if we could, this way we might be able to also capture the people who are shipping said goods as well, not just him. So perhaps doubling down on the system.
Will one of your men be coming with us during this mission?
I tell you what, I will do this myself. I'm quite a capable hand at such things.
Welcome aboard.
Indeed. I am one of the arcane masters, so I shall be assisting.
And thus we adopt another NPC.
He will be here
I'm gonna
for this
throw
and
up.
this alone, and then he will not be traveling with you.
We will adopt him.
We will adopt him. He is ours
Oh
now.
no! Burn down your tavern. Guess you need a new life purpose now.
Yeah, this
We
ain't
will
his tavern. You'd be burning down poor Gruntley's tavern.
Oh no! Burn down your place of residence. Looks like you need to take revenge on the powerful wizard.
We will spook the chef into leaving his job, and then we will recruit him, and he will be our chef for the
Well-
Oh
journey.
no!
I'm going to be honest with the irony of this, guys, is the original way I had written this campaign was all the NPCs were going to be... Because the original group... The way I had originally designed this game was all those NPCs were going to be in your party, and you could basically pick one NPC to flush your party out with, right?
Standings.
And we
Which
picked
NPC?
a little girl.
Well, I mean, I had kind of removed that aspect of the game. But then you picked up Jade regardless. Like, what's going to happen, these NPCs that I have will be having their own individual adventures that they'll be joining you with.
Yeah.
So they're like little
Valid.
side quests you can recruit them for their
They're
adventure.
side quest NPCs.
Yeah.
Which
They're
is
side quests.
probably better.
Well, exactly.
You get more variety, and
Yeah, they're good side quest stories for you. You'll meet all the NPCs on the boats again as extra missions.
Yeehaw!
As sexy missions.
Sexy missions.
You know, in my head, I was kind of playing through Jericho's like brainstorming. Is like maybe I could like, I don't know, flirt with him. And then, like, I thought about it past things. If things were to get remotely serious, Jericho would gay panic so fucking hard he could not follow through.
Him and Tenzing shaking hands.
Because he's still trying to find. He's still trying to find his one true love, and it's just like, no, I can't do it. Oh.
What if he
Worst
is
part
not
is
the
Jericho
one?
if Jericho fell in love with a bad boy, it'd be the end of him.
Yeah, I know. That's his forever. His weakness is going to be his gullibility.
If that's in any
Alright,
case,
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think if anybody else doesn't need me for anything, I think I'm gonna bail for the
yeah,
night.
you get going there, Dylan. Thanks for playing, man.
You get Leaves.
Yee, thanks for playing.
And we will
Good night.
I can stop the recording here.